Dave's one of our closest friends. A little backstory. The three of us are the OG three, the original Gangsters three.
If you say it like that, it's so stupid.
Yeah, that was lame.
Original Gangsters 3.
And this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, because I know a lot of people are probably already like, organized religion, whatever.
Wasn't there something with urine or something about that?
Peeing in a bottle with the crystals.
Whoa, what?
Different story.
To bring, like, he sacrificed his only son in order to bring us back to him.
Right, he killed his kid.
He sacrificed.
David!
I'm just trying to put a spin. You see what
I know
I'm
what
saying?
you're saying.
I will backhand you if you say that again. You alien.
I'm a human.
I was a worship leader in high school. I was a worship leader at a college band. We made a CD that nobody ever will hear ever again.
Wait, can we pull that?
Aaron, can we get that?
It's not anywhere, I swear to God.
American Pie. Dave's record, what a shame.
Hello and welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole. We are the other kids. My name is Brian.
I'm Renee.
I'm Wyatt.
And this is David. He's our special guest today. We're going to be talking about some pretty spiritual stuff, I think, this time. Today's topic is going to be about religion and each one of our takes. So let's start off with Wyatt. I think he's the first and foremost expert on it right now in life, and I want to hear his story.
Expert? No. Just a believer, man.
There you go.
I just love God. What you want to know? What's up?
What's your take on religion?
Tell us about your
That's a loaded question.
story with it.
Yeah, how do you find God? Like, what was your path to where you're at today?
You want like the full story?
We
Keep it like...
We got 3 hours. Let's go.
All right, fair enough. So for me, I grew up in a household that was necessarily never religious. We were basically, both my parents were not identifying with any church, any religion in general. Dad was atheist, I think, at best, and mom was agnostic. So something out there, not sure what. My brother and I, we were always introduced to ideas and things and shown kind of options to pick from, but we were never like forced into anything. Nothing was ever forced. It was very much so like, hey, like, you know, it's Christmas time. Let's read about why we do Christmas. Like Jesus was born, you know, this kind of thing.
Your mom did that?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, every religion?
Most religions, most ideas, yeah. Like we got a lot of ideas from different religions.
That's rad.
Kind of an introduction to each. Not really.
I think that's amazing.
By no
Right?
means did she subscribe to anything. It was more so she
No,
would give
she-
ideas.
She let
Yeah,
you
it's
pick when
like
you got to
presented.
Teaching you, like,
certain
teaching
age.
us different thoughts of ideas, right?
That's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a good mom.
I know Pam's a good mom, trust me.
We love you, Pam.
Jeez,
Yes, we do.
That's awesome. Man.
So anyway, I had always kind of resonated with the idea of Christianity and God. Like that always kind of stuck with me throughout my life. Growing up, I went to different, like my family never went to church. That was not a thing. My brother and I would go to Bible like camp sometimes during the summer. It would be like a 5-day thing at the local like small town thing where they would just kind of teach you about like the basics of the Bible kind of thing. I don't really remember much about it. It was more like hang out with a Christian based thing. And then growing up, though, once I started to have more friends and independence, I would find myself going to different churches with different friends of all different kinds. Like, just every part of my life, it seemed I was going back to church in some way. Never consistent, never had to, but I remember always having a connection in some way. And then as I got older, I kind of moved away from the idea of, like, Christianity in general. Like, I would say I was Christian, but it was more kind of like agnostic, I think, aligning. And basically in my 20s, I was in the mindset of like, hey, I know I'm a good guy. I don't think I need a religion to tell me that I'm a good guy. I'm going to do my thing and try to find the best answers to life of what that looks like and wherever that might be. Myself. It was like, I'm going to put this on my shoulders and figure it out myself. And I think I did a pretty good job. I think I was a pretty good dude most of the time. Like I think I ask a lot of people, it's like I try to do good things. I tried my best and I really tried to have a moral baseline of some kind where, gosh, I just got bitten by a mosquito, dude.
It's like you itching your butt in the middle
No,
of
it's
the
my back. Gosh, my shirt's open and they're going in my back.
Put down the midriff, man.
What?
Put the midriff
I
down.
know. Anyway, I found myself really trying to figure this out on my own. And at some point last year, I felt very, very this calling to come back. I went back to church. And when I went back to church, I literally I started crying. Like I'd always actually worn a cross. Like I still wear it right now. I have a cross necklace, and I've worn it for like 5 years. Even though I said I was agnostic, I still prayed every day to God. But my idea was, oh, I'm praying to God, but whatever your name might be for other people. That was my thought process. Fast forward to last year. Now I basically went back to church, and I had this like really strange feeling of the first worship song that came on. I instantly started like crying, and I felt this huge warmth inside my chest. And I don't know how to describe this because it's not like someone spoke into my ear, but I heard the words like someone told me, and the words were "Welcome home," and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy." So anyway, and I really kind of found myself in a place where I thought I knew what I was doing before. I was so confident I was a good person, but I didn't know by what standard. And so for me, the biggest thing was like, I don't know where the standard is, where we can all just draw our lines and everyone can draw their own line, and then you kind of follow that, and everyone can say what a good person is, what a good person is not. And you can kind of push that in many ways. And honestly, like something that really brought to my attention that was like, I was like, wow, we're lost as a society, was when Christian, what's his name? The Kirk.
Kirk, yeah, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk. When he got killed, and I see people celebrating someone's death for real, and I was like, holy cow, we're lost. And you look at those people think they were doing good things by celebrating someone's death. And that really rang in my heart. I was like, how do we know what's right and wrong? Because they will look you in the eyes. They could be in a lie detector, and they will tell you they did the right thing by saying, I'm glad he's dead. He was spreading hate. He was spreading this. And they will sit there and tell you straight to your face that they think they're doing good. So who am I as a person to say I think I'm just doing good, even though by what standard, by whose judgment? So that really rang true in my brain. And when I really came back to church, my biggest thing that really like changed my life, and I noticed like, and for everyone who doesn't believe, you can believe whatever I say, like take it or leave it type thing. This is my own experience. I know what I feel. I know what I believe. Like I know what's happened to me is real, and I'm never no one can take that away from me for sure. But I feel like God speaks to me through many things, and He brings challenges to me, opportunities. I don't see them as challenges or tests. They're opportunities to show virtues that He gave you when He made you. We all have beautiful gifts and beautiful things that we were created with, and I think that He puts you in places to allow you to develop them. Like He's not putting you in a place to test you and make you fail. It's to literally grow you is the idea and get you closer to Him. Like that's what He wants, is to bring you back to Him, to become the perfect version of yourself that He wants you to be. So anyway, I had a lot of these opportunities kind of arise and things, and my biggest problem that I could not get over, and I don't know if a lot of people can resonate with this, was like the word submission and actually giving into something bigger than myself. Because as we discussed in our last episode, if everyone's not seen that, everyone's had different struggles in their life, and I survived a lot of it on my own. Like I had people show me things and things that I was taught in different ways. But at the end of the day, there was a protective mechanism of me, like, I made it through this. I can't trust other things. Like, I made it this far. How could I give up what I know to something bigger than myself? Like, how could I trust my entirety of my well-being to something bigger than me that I can't see? So I'd always get close to God and then be like, nah, I'll take care of it. I got it. Like, I made it this far. I can do it. I'll just take care of it. And the thing I felt that was limiting me in my true joy and happiness of really releasing like my pure joy to the world, because it was holding back and it was keeping me in survival mode instead of living mode. And that was something that was really hard for me to understand until I really, I know when I gave up. I know I said, for me, this is like super personal. I don't know if anyone will resonate with this, but it was like, my main goal in life is to be a good dad. That's what I want. And to be a good dad, you have to be a good husband. To be a good husband, you have to have an amazing wife. And all I want to do is give back to what people gave to me when I was younger. Like, to be honest, that's really what I want for the world. Like, I want to better the world in that way. So everything I've done in my life, created, job, like career choice, working in school, that was my why. Like, my why was I'm doing this to be a good dad. I'm getting my education so I get a job so I can provide for my family, so I can be a present for them, so blah, 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 you name it. Right? Like, I'm struggling through this so I can become a better person for my kids, et cetera, et cetera. That was my legit, like, if I could have one thing in the world, that's what I would pick. The thing I ran into was, like, I actually have to be able to pick God over that desire, from protecting that desire.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
So, knowing you and being your friend for all these years, and hearing your story, and even on the podcast, you've kind of talked about it. I'm glad that you're setting yourself up for success and you're doing it right, and you want to have the correct spouse and be the best dad that you possibly can. I just need you to know that you're given the opportunity to be the best man you could be regardless. Just like your mom. Your mom overcame a lot of hardships and is one of the best women that I know, and great mother, and raised 2 good boys. So even if you are thrown a curveball, I just want you to know you have the ability, and you are a good enough person. You're a great enough man to be the best dad that I could ever imagine. So I want you to know within yourself that you have that ability, and I know that you're working for something that you'll never have to worry about this. But at the same time, just know that, like, putting faith into God is very important for you, and I love that for you. Just know that, have faith in yourself too, and regardless of how the cards fall, you're going to be a great dad.
And that's part of the game.
Yeah.
It was not so much I had this idea of what I wanted, like I'm going to find someone, we get married, I'm gonna have my own kids. That was like my goal. And at a certain point I realized in my last relationship that it was like, this is not the person for me. I'm trying to force it in there. And so what became my idea was like, listen, I give up this idea. I know that I'll be a good dad no matter, like, what I want from being a good dad is teaching people who need it. That's what I want as a dad. And by the way, thank you, Brian, for saying that. That was really nice. And to emphasize that point, like, I know I'll find that in some way through him. Like, he will give me some opportunity, whether or not it's what I like, whether or not it's with a wife and kids and a beautiful family. There's many challenges that can happen in life, and whatever happens, like, I had to actually give up, like, I was like,
Control.
I give up the control. And it was like, maybe I'll be a football coach. And then my kids will be if I touched 3 kids' lives in my life of coaching for 20 years, that's all I needed, you know?
It's funny you say that. We're not into my story yet, but just to relate with your story, I actually remember being a young man, and I used to pray, not very religious either, but I would pray for a happy, healthy family and be prosperous and live a happy life. And what I remember saying is I don't care what I do for a living, as long as I have happy, healthy children, I'll be a trash man. And the running joke now that I have is I'm just a different form of a trash man. I deal with
So true.
human waste. I deal with people in their worst times. And I think that whatever the higher power is has a sense of humor.
I think God has a sense of humor.
And said, all right, I gave you 2 beautiful boys that have 10 fingers, 10 toes, and are smart enough to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you said that.
I think it's
I can relate.
for sure. So what I gave up at that time was realistically, like, I literally give up my dream. Like, I'm listening to you. Whatever you put in front of me, I'm gonna make the best of what you give me. My desires, no matter what you think if they're good or not. Like, I think everyone here can agree that's a righteous desire. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a good dad. Like, that's like, oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's truly a desire that I want. And to be able to give that up truly, like let it go, I think opened the door for me to actually be able to do that. Because right after I did this, I'm telling you, I found the best version of myself to be able to rely on something that wasn't just me. And a lot of stress was relieved from my life. Like, it was like, everything's good. Like, he literally loves me, and he's going to do the best for me. No matter what it looks like, I'm actually trusting him. Like, I'm stepping off the ledge that I can't see the bottom, and it's fog. And I'm trusting that what's down there, no matter what happens, is going to be what he put there. And that's all I asked for. I changed from, like, please give me this family and this beautiful wife and all these things, to please put whatever in front of me, make it in your name, and I'll make the best of that. And that was such a different look for me that opened up a lot of doors. So here I am now, and I'm very much pursuant of faith in God and Jesus Christ. And I really believe that Jesus is my Savior. And I'll say that wholeheartedly to anyone that asks. I'm not ashamed of it at all. I think that's the truth. It's my truth. I've talked to him. I've talked to God. I've seen results in my life firsthand. I have many, many stories, one of which just happened this last weekend. Like, literally biblical, historic, kind of weird thing for me in my life. From my baptism to meeting my girlfriend to what's up?
What was it?
No, I literally, like, it's a whole long story. I actually can't, like, it's about
Still
being
fresh and
baptized
personal.
again. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
through a church and through organized religion. and the struggle of what I was getting ready to do. And I think he actually prepared my heart for it in the most beautiful way and showed me beauty of him in this thing that scared me. And I'm telling you, it's like, it literally just like, as soon as it happened, and then it was like, what my fear was completely alleviated through the whole thing. Everything I was worried about, like, washed away. So, like, my biggest goal is my girlfriend's Catholic, and I found a lot of beauty in Catholicism recently. I was so ignorant to it before. I'm learning a lot more about it, and it's really beautiful. And I grew up with a lot of fear about it, to be honest. Like, I'm ignorant of it. There's a lot of bad ideas about Catholicism in society and the world, and kind of just mainstream everybody kind of trash talks it, to be honest. My biggest fear I had a big fear of organized religion. I still do. I don't like the human aspect. I think humans are flawed. I think it's hard to trust humans in your relationship with God, and that's always been a big fear of mine. And I was baptized in October by a Protestant church, and the church when I was baptized, by the way, I was told you do not have to do this. This is like just a proclamation of you telling people that you accept Jesus as your Savior. So I did this. The Catholic Church has a Trinitarian formula, and the Trinitarian formula says that whoever baptizes you has to say, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and you have some form of water poured over you, and that's a baptism. I was baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. No problems, right? I'm like, this is fantastic. Get a certificate. You don't have to get baptized again. Like, it's recognized by the Catholic Church. I'm like, amazing. This is great. So you have to do certain steps in order to be able to take communion, because you have to be a part of the Catholic Church to be able to take communion, because they're safeguarding what Jesus basically passed down to them. All I want is to take communion with, I believe in communion. I think it's so beautiful. I want to take communion with my, at that time, going to be wife. Like, I think that's a huge monumental moment for me, and be able to go on Sundays with her and take communion with her. Because every time I go up now, I can't take it because I'm not in a state where I'm allowed to take it. So I find the video of this last weekend, of the baptism, to show that it says in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And it does. And this is amazing. I sent it to my girlfriend, and she's like, oh, it's wrong. And I go, what? It says in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, it says we baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, not I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I go, what? And it sends me in a spiral, and I start spiraling, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, this is like, and this is still fresh and raw. This is like a couple days ago. This is like I literally was a night shift. I was like crying all night. Like, literally, I was like in tears, because my fear of what I want felt like it was being gate kept by an organized religion and humans who have this idea that aren't listening.
Yeah.
And the idea of the I is, it's actually Jesus coming through the priest or whoever is baptizing and washing away the sin that's absolving. It's not the priest, it's Jesus coming through him. So when you're saying I, it's actually Jesus saying that. My argument was like, it's a body of Christians who is the body of Christ, and he's coming through them. So what? Doesn't matter. They're going to have to get conditionally baptized again. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Like, you don't believe God believes that, right?
No,
That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
You're saying that it's just these humans that you're like, you guys are
I'm
ridiculous.
telling you, I got out of the water and I
like
knew
God would be
the
okay
Holy
with the
Spirit
we.
was in me.
Yeah,
like,
like
I knew.
I think
knew
God's cool
baptized.
with we. he's fucking 3 in 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I think that's.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so frustrated.
Yeah,
And I'm like, so
that's,
then I'm being
please
gate-kept
don't
because of
tell me
one
you
word.
think God is cool with that dumb belief, dude. That's so stupid. God.
So anyway,
okay. All right.
What their argument is with the church is they're protecting what Jesus gave them. The exact formula is, this is what Jesus said when he baptized people. I'm not going to interpret different words. This is the way it was given to us. Your baptism is real, but we're going to give you the sacrament and do it again with us, and with that formula that was given to us. So your baptism is real, but we have to do this again to get us, like, to actually allow you to go through with the rest of the church stuff. In their eyes, it's just a protected formula. Still a point of contention for me. Listen, I don't agree with the word we versus I think it's the same thing. I think we're arguing for the same point, and that's my honest belief.
Absolutely.
I knew I was baptized. I know when I was baptized, that is the real deal. I'm not going back on that.
Yeah.
That is the day I was baptized, back in October.
Yeah.
When they said we. I know that I came up and all the good I've done, and I gave up my life at that point to him. Anyway. And this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, because I know a lot of people are probably already like, organized religion, whatever. Let me get to the end of my story, and we'll continue. So, anyway, this is happening, and I'm like, now I have to go through all these extra steps. I'm probably not going to be able to take communion at this wedding. It's like, it's okay. I know I was, willing to do that, whatever. The logic is what irritated me, and I was afraid to enter a church that I don't know if I can trust what they're saying, because I don't align with that at all. I came to this conclusion that we're just trying to argue the same thing. They're just trying to protect what Jesus did. I'm trying to argue for what Jesus did. We're saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so getting baptized again isn't a problem for me. And I'm still kind of annoyed about it, but it's not going to stop me from my goal. And multiple people, I literally was like praying. I was like, I'm listening. And I'm so passionate about protecting the truth and the right thing of what I think is right. Like when I see something's right, I will fight to the death for it. Like I will kick and scratch and claw and bite for what I think is right and true. And I think I actually missed the mark there, to be honest. I think I was arguing about we versus I, and multiple people came up and told me, Brian, one of them, and I was so frustrated. And I know what you feel about organized religion, Brian, in general. I know that you're not the biggest fan and supporter.
I put it all aside for you that night.
And you did,
I
in a
sat
humbly
down
way.
and told you exactly what.
And what did you say? I literally was like I was crying, was I not? Like I was legit, like I couldn't hold them back. I couldn't hold back. I was like uncontrollably crying and frustrated.
So, what I was trying to convey was, like, I put aside all my beliefs and all of my conditions and thoughts on religion. And I just actually opened myself up to what we call the higher power, the higher energy. And I just let it speak through me. And verbatim, I'll let you say what it was, because, like, in all honesty, to me, like, it just came through me. And it just was what you needed to hear, not what I needed to say. So I can't even tell you, like, exactly what I said. I could tell you the gist of it, but I'm sure you have it memorized.
No, you told me, you were like, you got to think about why you're doing this and what your main goal was, and think about what Jesus would do in this scenario. He would just turn the other cheek.
Ooh, that's
And I was like,
Yeah, it was one of those, like, Brianisms where I just, like, blacked out.
no, I'm serious. And I was like, and you were the last person I was expecting to say that. And right before this, I literally was so frustrated, and I'm like, I had this pull in my heart of like, I have to stand up to this. This is so wrong. I'm so pissed. Like, how are they denying what was so real to me is what it felt like. You're invalidating this experience that I know is real. No one can take it away from me, and the good I've done and what I felt and everything. And he's like, I was expecting him to come and be like, yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe we're doing that to you. Like, that's no way. And he's like, I'm going to offer you a perspective. I don't know if you like it. And I was like, what? Right before he came up to me, I literally was like, begging. I'm like, listen, I know I'm really upset. I'm listening. Like, my heart's open. You tell me what you want me to hear, and I will put down my swords, and I'll just listen. Like, I felt like I was on the attack, man. And when you said turn the other cheek, I'm like, whoa. And then someone else came up to me, Bucky, and
Tony.
his reference was, I think this is an opportunity for you to go the extra mile, just like he asked his disciples to do. I was like, what?
Wow.
And he's like, dude, they're dropping their gear in front of you, and they're asking you to carry more to show your faith to him. And you're going to let that stop you? What was your main goal? Why are you going to let this stop you? Like, just go the extra mile and put a smile on your face, be happy about it. I'm
Dang.
like, dang. My own mom was like, what's the problem? I don't understand. Like, this is something like, you know what she said? She had the perfect analogy. She said, when you were going through nursing school, I had just gotten a TB test done at work. I was cleared to work TB free. I go to nursing school. I provide them the form that says I got my TB test done, TB free, through a hospital. I work in the ER. And they go, oh, no, we can't accept that. I go, what? Why? They're like, well, it's like missing like a signature here, or it's missing when it was placed and when it was read. It only has when it was read. And I go, but you can call my hospital. I am TB free to work. Sorry, you have to get this thing again. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I have to go I want to be a nurse. So I'm like, I got to get this done. Like, it's just, am I annoyed by it? Do I agree with the logic? No. But am I going to get it done? Yeah, and I did. It's like, it's the same thing. Like, you're following what you want and what you are aiming for. All this happened, needless to say. Literally yesterday, I'm like accepting it. I'm like, I'm at peace now. Like, I understand what I have to do. I put down my swords, be humble, and listen that there's maybe a right answer outside of your own. Like, both can be true at the same time. All of a sudden, the person who's setting all this up for me literally talked to like the bishop of the whole area of like whatever about this whole situation. This is totally off timetable, by the way, all of this. And he's like, bishop's like, wow, like he really loves that girl, and he's showing humility, and like, what a good, like, he's truly loves God. I can tell. Like, he's like that's a guy who like fears God, and he's like, just do all three of them the same day. Get all three sacraments done the same day. You don't have to space all this out. Like, let's just make this happen. Like, let's let him have communion with his wife. Like, literally, it was like, what I was afraid of was these rigid structure rules that don't apply to what Jesus would actually want. Like you said, you believe God would think that, right? Like, that's my worry, is like someone interpreting God for me. And for someone that's in a higher up place with authority to be like, this guy obviously loves God. Let's make this happen. Like, that's what Jesus would want. I'm like, wow. All of that stress and that heartache and everything that I went through. Like, it was probably the hardest day or two, because it shook my foundation of everything in a long time. Like, I legit was like headache from crying like all night. Like, it was terrible. And my point with the whole thing is he works in such mysterious ways in my life, and I really feel like this was just another instance of like I asked to listen. People around me who I wasn't expecting to say these things said the exact things I needed to hear, even though I didn't want to hear them. Just like I wanted to be a good dad and let these things happen. And it's like, it's your will, not mine. Like I trust you. I feel so strongly in my heart. I know I'm protecting the right thing. I know that my logic is right. But I'm gonna put my sword down and I'm just gonna listen for a second. Like, it's like, set it down and then like cross your hands and like I'll listen, you know. And that's transformed my life in a big way, where I think it allows me to be more humble with people. I think it makes me a better person. And at the end of the day, what I really want to do is follow Jesus' teachings and follow Jesus. Like, I want to get closer to God and follow Jesus. That's what I believe. That's what's affected my life in the most personal way. But also I look at what Jesus teaches, and if people are getting there to me in a different way, like, I will love you absolutely. Like, that's what I'm here for. Is like, I want people to do the two things: love something bigger than themselves, right? So Jesus says the 2 golden rules are: love your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your everything, and love your neighbor like yourself. Those are the 2 golden rules. And I told my friend this a long time ago. I was reading the Bible, and it was in Matthew. It's page like 1,000 something in the Bible, and he's the funniest thing. This is Chi. I told him this, and I go, yeah, like the 2 golden rules, man. This is like, honestly, if you do these 2 things, I think life will be really good for you. And he's like, what page is that on? I was like, 1,168. And he's like, dude, you had to read almost over 1,000 pages just to hear those 2 things. I'm like, you little rascal, dude. Like, funniest answer. But I look at what that really is and what he was teaching, and I know my truth, and I follow it steadfast. And I will tell anybody, I want you to feel what I felt, and I would hope you would let God into your life. That's my honest belief. It's true to me. The baptism, when I was baptized, no one can take that away from me. What happened this last weekend and the things that have happened to me that were so interesting, you can't even describe it. So I know in my life these are realities. And just like you said with the song in the past, right? When I got in that car after I heard the huge car accident and Let It Be by the Beatles is playing, these are moments in my life that I look back and I'm like, there's no way this is just coincidence. There is divine intervention, absolutely. I believe that. And I think if we listen to that and put our swords down and follow truly the 2 golden rules of what Jesus taught, no matter how you get there, that's what I believe. I'm gonna tell people that all the time. I'll preach it. I literally will tell people, I think you should believe in Jesus. Absolutely. Like, I think you need Jesus. But if they say no, I'm not gonna hate them at all. I'm gonna love them more. Like, and if they're finding a way to get to those 2 golden rules by any way possible, dude, I'm with you. Like, I think we'll make it to the same place. Like, God is a God of mercy and grace and forgiveness. He's not trying to hold people out.
That's what's been so frustrating for me with the organized religion thing, is because I have had people who I'm like, you're a good Christian person.
Yeah.
And you'll ask them, well, what about like the people from some foreign country that have never even heard of Jesus before?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to them? Oh, they're going to go to hell because they don't believe in Jesus. And I'm just like, what? Like, it just makes 0 sense to me.
My favorite quote from the Bible.
I love David's face. Right
I know
now.
he's holding a lot back.
I know.
See it.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
And we'll listen to it. That's the-
I just want to listen to your story, man. I think it's important.
And
I
my
really
favorite thing, one of my favorite quotes in the Bible is from Paul when he wrote in Romans. He says, "God's code is written in our hearts." And I think people miss that a lot, and they don't. It's like, well, if you don't know the word Jesus or the name God, like, I'm not listening to him, blah blah blah. It's like, no. Like, we have that there, like, it's in us, and I know that there's times when everyone has felt a pull or that gut instinct or something. And my personal belief that is God, and he's trying to tell us to do beautiful things. And I think over time we train that to suppress it, and we don't realize we're doing it. And it starts from very young. It's like you start with one thing, and we're tempted to do something, and it's like you're pushing. Remember I said that line of that morality line, I think it gets pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and you don't even look back and you realize, man, I grew 6 feet in that direction when I was growing an inch a day. Just like when you're a kid, you grow, you go from 5 feet to 6 feet, and it's like you look in the mirror and every day you never even realize it, but then you look back at what you were 2 years ago, you're like, what happened? Wow, I can't even see the bottom of the mirror anymore, like I'm above it.
Yeah.
So my honest belief is, like, I love Jesus. I follow God. I pray to him. I hope everyone can experience what I've experienced because it's completely changed my life. I don't sit here and claim to know I know everything. I'm a human. I'm learning my experience my own way. I'm fresh in this, dude. This is like, it's been a part of my life for a long time. But I am not the person to cast stones. I'm not the person to judge. I'm not the person to sit here and say, well, you don't know him, so you're a bad person. Absolutely not. I want you to have what I have, so I'm going to try to help you in the way that I know how. But I'm here to listen to you and love you like I would want to be loved. And I want someone to listen to me for where I come from.
Yeah.
And that's what Jesus would want too. So how can I sit here and judge other people for that, right? If we're all trying to get to the same place in a different way, you might be wearing white shoes, I might be wearing red shoes. Like, let's make it to the same spot, and we'll be together in a great place. That's what I want. I want the world to be a better place. That's where I come from.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. You just spilled out your heart. I said we had 3 hours, and
Yeah.
this one I think might take 3 hours. But I truly appreciate it. I appreciate the detail and you opening up like that. So the reason we brought Dave on, Dave's one of our closest friends. A little backstory: the three of us are the OG three, the original gangsters three.
If you say it like that, it's so stupid.
Yeah, that was lame.
Original Gangsters 3.
Original Gangsters 3, that's us. Oh, geez.
We have patches, and you made them. Say who?
They're
who?
rad, though.
Who made them?
They're
yeah,
rad.
right. So he has a very interesting story, and the reason he's here is because I want a completely different take from.
It's going to be the opposite end, right?
Absolutely, and I want to hear it. And I
Yeah.
want to hear your story. So, Dave, tell us, man.
I
what's
have
going
been
on?
dying
Yeah.
for this story, by the way.
I don't know what
I don't even know the full story.
I don't
I
even
know.
know what story I'm going to tell. I have no
The
idea
story
what
of
you're talking
you.
about.
I said
At
the
the
same
beginning,
thing.
man.
You want me?
story
That's a
of you.
broad question. Where do you start? Just start.
Yeah, I mean, I was. It's really interesting listening to Wyatt talk because I was there. I feel like it was just like a lot earlier, so I know exactly what you're feeling. I'm also now an atheist, so I would say agnostic atheist. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I've felt almost everything you felt and experienced things like that before too. So, it can be pretty. It can be cool, I think, if you interpret it in the right, in the right way. But regardless, I was 5 when I was baptized, so that was like what you did when you said you had to ask Jesus into your heart, and then you were saved, and then once you were saved, you got baptized to show everybody that you were saved. That was kind of the same. You guys do a full immersion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we did full immersion baptism. And that was like Baptist church, not like Catholic at all.
Yeah.
Actually thought Catholic was evil. It's all stupid.
they all they
it's
hate
all
each
so
other for some
stupid.
reason. I don't know why.
They're all the same. It's so stupid. I'm serious. Like, it's just so stupid, man. Like, but anyway, yeah, we were the most conservative, strict kind of version. Not quite Southern Baptist, but Baptist. So yeah, I was baptized when I was 5. I was told that if I didn't do it, I would go to hell. And when I think about telling my 5-year-old child that, it makes me want to vomit. So,
Right?
You're instilling fear.
so that's how I was raised, was in a fear-based world, right?
Yeah.
Everything is the devil. Everything that's not this is Satan. And yeah, I just don't think you should be talking to 5-year-olds about that. So, obviously I was groomed before that. There had been, pivotal moments in my, like, young childhood. I went to church every Sunday, Wednesday. I did Awana, if anybody knows what the hell that is. It's just,
Yep.
like,
Explain to me,
athletics.
I don't know what
It's
that
like an
is.
athletics thing that you go to, like, on Wednesday night. And it's like you compete in these challenges and you get ranked based on, like, your fitness. And you, like, earn health points for Jesus. It's really weird.
So they fat shame you.
The way you say
Absolutely.
Fast shame.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what's crazy about this? Okay, this is just a off story. Beth Ann was her name. Always number 1. Dude, she
Dude, she earned a lot of points for him.
kicked everyone's butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She loved
like
it more
three
than
fifty.
Shit, her
now.
castle's huge in heaven. But no, seriously, Beth Ann. And you know what's crazy is I never saw her after Awana, and then we went to med school together. Isn't that
Really?
weird? Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. I was
Wow.
like, she's sitting in front of me in class. I was like, what is happening? It was so weird.
That's wild.
So, yeah, she was always number one in Awana. But yeah,
She's
so
number one in med school.
I don't know. She's probably better than me. I was very average. Very
Great
average.
doctor. Don't get yourself.
I was.
Amazing doctor.
I was very average in med school. Yeah, so I went to everything, which is weird because I think I was far more religious than my parents. But they
Really?
yeah. I mean, they were like go to church, but like, and we would pray before meals, but like, I don't think I ever saw my parents read the Bible. And I was like in youth group, like reading it through every year. You know what I mean?
Why do you
So,
think that is? Like,
I don't know. My mom discovered it late in life, like I don't know, maybe high school, and like her whole family wasn't religious at all, so she was the only one. So I don't know. And then I don't know where my dad even. I should probably know that. I had no idea where my dad. Maybe when he met my mom, I think that was probably part of the reason. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna marry her, so I'll become a Christian." I'm pretty sure. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I was. But it was what they wanted for me. Like my mom always raised me based on what she wanted for my life, and like how. I mean, that's part of the reason I have a lot of decisions that weren't me, that I regret a lot of things from that. But, you know, when you're 5 and your mom's like, "I want you to be saved so you don't go to hell," you're like, "Well, cool, I can do that. All I have to do is put my head underwater for a minute." Easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to go to hell. Cool. But then you question that every day, because then they teach you in church that sin keeps you away from God, right? And like, well, can you lose your salvation? No. But what if you weren't truly saved to begin with?
what?
Yeah. So you're like,
it's like a fear. Like, was I good? Did I do it right?
yeah, like even as like an atheist, agnostic, people would even say like, well, don't you think that now that you're atheist, you weren't even really saved in the first place? Because how could you ever believe that? And I'm like, absolute bullshit. Like I was 110% in.
Yeah.
So, whatever saved is, I was it. I fucking know it.
Yeah.
Sorry about the F. But, you know, and like, but I had a friend that I took to like church camp in high school because I was just like, why wouldn't I want my friends to
Feel this.
have this, right? And he spent the next 2 years in absolute torment,
Really?
Really?
wondering if he was actually saved or not, worrying he was going to go to hell.
Wow.
Oh my
Absolute
gosh.
torment. Like man, I think he's a pastor now. I'm pretty sure. He could not stop talking about it, you know? And so it's just a really fear-based,
Yeah. What kills
culty
me,
thing.
yeah, is they'll be like, "Oh, you're saved. Like, you believe in Jesus. Jesus died for your sins, so you are saved." But then they go, "But, like, you can't sin, and you can't, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that." And I'm like, "But wait, like, I thought that you were saved no matter what." But then there's like these little caveats, and I'm like, "Well, what is it then?" Like,
Yeah.
it's so confusing.
Well, and who decides that?
Yes.
Because none of that's actually, like,
I think that,
biblical. The only thing that's biblical is the like, you're saved and then whatever. But
But they preach it.
am I wrong? I think the idea is once you omit yourself to God and you give yourself that's
all you would want to do.
Yeah, that all you're going to do is what is right. So you're going to avoid doing stuff that's wrong.
Right, but then they'll
It's
say, okay.
repentance.
And then if you do mess up, then they would say you weren't really saved.
Yeah, that's rough.
See, I think that's just the
Wow.
wrong teaching from that church, though, man. That's
Oh,
a
I've-
fear-based.
Many
I know.
churches.
I know other
Many.
churches like
That's
that
what I'm
too,
saying. I
yeah.
think and that's a problem. With
I would say the
with people.
majority of organized religion, I don't care what church you go to, is fear-based.
Yeah, I've had experience. Too.
And I would say there's very few who actually want to do the golden rule.
Which
shit.
is what misses the mark. It's so sad.
Yeah, there's very few. So I've been to a lot of them, and again, I was 30 years, something like that, of my life was that.
Wow.
I mean, I was a worship leader in high school. I was a worship leader at a college band. We made a CD that nobody ever will hear ever again.
Wait, can we pull that?
Aaron, can we get that?
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
anywhere. I swear to God,
Dude, seriously, can we get that? That'd be really.
it's not anywhere. I was looking to be a Christian recording artist. Then I went to a mega church in Michigan, where I'm from, and
The mega church.
I was
That's a problem.
I was in a mega church with a very famous pastor, and I was on the worship team, and
Wow.
we
That's
made
pretty impressive, David.
we made recordings.
That's
and,
amazing.
You know, I was very into it. Like I was very deep.
Can I
Um,
tell you guys something hilarious, dude? I went
Yes.
to I went to like a mega church kind of thing for Christmas last year, and it was literally a concert.
Yeah, dude. They should.
Like-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing.
No, like, but I was like, what? Like, it was a Christmas special.
Yeah, but it's
about
like
Jesus
how much
being
money
born.
that like
Dude,
costs.
it was
You're
like
come on, you
light
could do
show.
so
The
many
guy was like
things.
flying around like on like, and
Oh,
I was like,
wow. Oh, that's actually.
yeah, how is this Jesus?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened? Where is he at?
When I remember when
there was a drum solo for like the little drummer boy for
Oh
like
my
5
God.
minutes. Like I'm dead.
by like a professional drummer.
Literally, it was
yeah.
like a drum line, and it was like 5 minute drum solo about the little drummer boy. It was like, how is this Christmas? What's going
when Kanye West's Love Lockdown came out, I went to a mega church in Indiana after that, and they did that as like a
so
religious thing, and they had dudes half like shirt off playing the big drums like boom boom boom, and I'm like, this is so sacrilegious. I couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, this is the worst. One of the worst experiences of my life.
Sorry, but it's so funny,
Horrible.
right? Like that's like considered
It's
like
just such
church.
the opposite of what it's supposed to
That's
be.
what I'm
so.
saying.
Yeah. So you know, and I know this, and I'm happy for people who find it, and if it's good for them, it's good for you. You know, I probably needed it. You know, there was
Like when you were younger,
Yeah.
like the structure?
yeah, I probably needed the structure. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today. That's for sure. I mean,
Then how did you go from God fearing, devil fearing to
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
atheist to
yeah, that's a good
non-existent?
question. It was just a series of things, man. Like, so my ex was a pastor, youth pastor. It was what her degree was in. And so she became a pastor at this mega church, but at these mega churches there's like 25 pastors. So
Yeah.
you could be a pastor and never be seen
Absolutely.
and be in the background and just like do this thing. So she didn't become a pastor of this church actually. She became like a assistant to the pastors. But she had her pastoral degree. And so we started, and I was in the worship team. So we started witnessing the behind the scenes of the religious structure. And that's when it really broke down big time. Like the misogyny behind, you know, not allowing the women who have the same degrees to become anything. You know, they were all like
What?
the understudies. There was like one female pastor, you know, and like to the point where somebody would bring it up like, hey, my ex is like really good at this. Like, you guys should bring her on to do this thing, you know? And the dude says she's fine where she's at.
Oh. How did
You know.
she feel about that? Was she upset?
Oh yeah, that's why she left too actually.
Oh,
So
wow.
so we actually kind of left religion at the same time. We're on different spectrums. She's very spiritual still. I'm not, but yeah. So I started to see that kind of stuff. I actually watched an episode of Queer Eye on Netflix, where a dude came out to his mom, which is crazy. I know, like I don't know why was I watching this show.
What's
'Cause
that?
it's
Wait, I'm sorry, I
amazing.
don't know what the show is.
Oh,
but-
Queer Eye
Oh,
is like
it's so good.
I'm
so
sorry,
it started
it's
as
weird. The name was funny.
yeah, it's very weird. But the beginning is like what TLC or Bravo. It was like Queer Eye for the straight guy, and it was a like they would bring a dude who like was frumpy and like could look a lot better onto the show, and these gay guys would like
Dress
make
him
him
up?
look good.
Zhuzh him up and
Yeah.
makeover and the whole
But the
thing.
new one was more about like restoring people's lives that like work really hard or are just really good people. And so they would bring them in, they would make over their whole life. They'd like do their house, they would give them a wardrobe and stuff, but also like help them prepare for a party. And it was just kind of like a really nice thing. It's just like a pretty feel good show.
Yeah.
You know? And like Great British Bake Off. It's one you put on when you're like, world effing sucks.
Dude,
Right?
love
I
Great
need to
British
see
Bake Off.
somebody be happy.
Oh,
Great British
that is
Bake
my-
Off's so good.
Great
my
British Bake Off,
favorite.
everybody's so happy and they don't
Yes.
care.
So good.
If you do crappy, people are like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. They're so nice to each other.
Dude, it's so good.
It's so happy.
It is
right?
feel
It's one of
good.
those things you're like,
It's
all right.
feel good. You put it on, it's like, yeah, it
Yes,
looks good.
yeah.
Everything's all right.
I'm missing out. I've never seen it.
Oh,
Hey,
it's
honestly,
so good.
Ryan,
Hey,
it's
I didn't
so
get
You were in a
good.
baking stage, remember, with the crystals?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's a whole nother story, bro. That's some
Crystallized, bro.
witchcraft.
Is it a full moon tonight? You charged up?
Wasn't there something with urine or something about it?
Peeing in a bottle with the crystals.
Whoa, what?
Different story. Jeez, guys.
Oh. Dude, I forgot. All right. I forgot all about.
Brian brought us cheesecake one day at work, and we're all, what? It is.
I was
I made
cur-
this.
dude,
Oh,
hey.
hey, here's some caramel too. I've been making caramel. We're like, what?
That's different than religion. That's witchcraft, and we'll
Yeah,
get there
dude.
too. And
You got
On the
crystallized.
moon night, let's cook a pie
somebody puts a hex on you. You gotta cook, man. You just got the urge.
while the crystals cleanse. How far off am I?
I don't know.
But you make it sound like it's like I'm cooking crystal meth too.
No,
No.
The crystals cleanse in the moonlight.
The crystals sit up in charge of the moonlight, and then you start baking. It makes sense.
Crystal meth.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
What was I talking about? I have no idea now.
I'm sorry. What? It was Great British Bake Off. You were watching Queer Eye.
Yeah, and that's right.
You never
Amazing.
Get again.
Rabbit hole. We're back.
I am not that. Wow. Anyway, there was an episode about just guy who was terrified of telling his mom he was gay, and they helped him through that. And the fear I saw in this dude's face and body was detrimental to me. Like,
Yeah.
and I just had oh man, I don't know if this is my second. I have two kids, I have two boys. This is just after I had my second son, I believe. And I thought his fear was like the rejection and like the getting kicked out of his house and like so backstory to this, and then I'll jump in. Somebody very close to me that I won't name out loud because it's whatever, left that megachurch because they were going to start to allow gay, lesbian people teach.
Wow.
And they were worried that their son would become gay by being taught by gay or lesbian.
Wow.
So that if they were to go to that person would say it's okay. Unbelievable fear, like just crippling fear, the way that you live. And so this is kind of how I used to believe. I used to believe these things. I used to believe that it was a sin, and I used to believe that gay people go to hell, and I used to believe that they can't go to heaven. And I was very conservative. And I'm watching this episode like, I could never do this to my son.
Yeah.
I could never do this to my son. I don't care what he would do. And then his mom was like, so, and it was awesome. It was like one of the most, I was just like, I felt what he was feeling. It was unbelievable, you know? And I was just like, dude, that's what I was taught. Like I was taught to hate, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hate anymore. I don't want to hate people anymore. I think that's crazy.
It is.
I think even if you don't label it as hate, it's us versus them. It's
Yeah.
me versus you.
Division.
There's so much out there. And I this megachurch that I went to, the pastor got fired for writing a book that suggested that hell might not be real. That God would let everybody into heaven because we have no idea how much he loves us, right? Seems like it's right in line with the Bible, and he got
Yes.
kicked out.
Give me that book.
Wow.
He got kicked out and got absolutely destroyed.
Man.
I mean, he made his own. I mean, the guy is amazing. He's a genius. He made his own career, but tours with Oprah. It's just unbelievable. But like, yeah, like that's the kind of
I have a question.
things I saw where I was like, this is crazy.
Would you
Yeah.
subscribe to someone that thinks like that?
No. So I don't. It's not that I don't subscribe to that. It's just that I don't believe in heaven.
Why?
So I think if there is a heaven and there is a God, he would be that God, though, you know. And I think it's possible there is. I don't know.
I have a deep question for you. Why did you run away completely and never want to come back to even the loving parts?
Well, it's not that I didn't want to. There was a time actually where I looked at, with my ex at the time, started looking at super conservative churches. There was a church in my town that had a lesbian pastor and like openly gay, very accepting, very like, and I went into the church and I couldn't do it. I had a absolute visceral response of anger and
Because they were so
Frustration.
like opposite.
yeah, my experience with the church goes farther than just like
PTSD.
gay, lesbian. Like so the way I was taught when I was a kid is like, if you're praying, I remember this vividly, sitting in Sunday school. God, what's the name of the church? I want to name it. I remember it was my hometown and New Hope, and I remember what classroom I was in. I could walk in there, and the preschool teacher, or Sunday school teacher, said, it's talking about prayer and how to pray. And she said, if you forget something, and you have to go back, God's going to be angry. So you need to make sure you're really, really telling God what you feel.
So there's actually a lot of religions that are like that.
Dude, I was devastated. I mean, I don't know how old I was, 6, 7? I had no idea. 6, 7, I just did that.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Can
I
we all
can't
do
believe
it?
I just did that. It's my kids, man. I want to, it's horrible.
Brain rot, dude.
It's awful.
I refuse.
Dude,
Literally rotting.
I cannot stand it. It's so trashy. I just did
I love it.
it. Look at me.
I love it.
Look at me.
Just did
Yes,
it.
look at you
I
now.
just did it. Man, I just trashy AF, baby.
He's part of the sheeple now.
Yep. Yes, I'm one of them. No, I like. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was so young, and like,
How to pray.
dude, I
wrong,
prayed. I remember. I don't know how long I did it after this, but I would pray till I fell asleep because
Oh
I
my
was so afraid
gosh.
of forgetting something.
But you're doing it because of fear, not because you wanted to.
No, dude. I never. So this is something I talked about too with a couple people. Is like, I did it all, but I never really like got it. And I had the feelings, I had the big experiences, like the big feeling experiences and the moments where you're like, man, this is real. But I never really kind of like understood it after that. I was kind of like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. And never really like bought, I guess I did buy into it, but like, I always remained a little bit of like, I don't really know what's going on.
Was
here.
it on the caveat of I'm doing this though because I don't want something to happen? Like, are you playing to not lose?
No, well, I think it started to be a reward thing too, right? Like, I think it started to become like, this is what good people do. And this is what you need to do in your life to be a good
be
person,
good.
right? This is what I always chose based on. And like, I keep looking this way, but you guys are here too. Sorry. It's like my natural talk to
Yeah, I like to look at
You're just a
stunning,
beautiful man.
handsome
You're
young
just-
men
He's a
too.
beautiful man.
Chiseled jawlines.
Don't go there.
Muy chiseled.
Don't go there, please.
Too soon. Too soon.
Mega church vibes.
What a strong name, Wyatt.
Like, I'm just kidding. No, I really, what was I saying? Shoot, I forgot.
Do you have the caveat of you were doing it because of
fear.
Fear, like because you had to. You were
So it
saying
became
You
the
said you
good thing to
always
do,
chose based
right?
on-
Yeah, it became the good thing to do, and like that's kind of how I made decisions. Was like, well, if you get all A's, you get a big Lego set. Sweet. All right. Well, I can do that. So I did. That.
Oh, well, that's just a different problem though.
What do you mean?
That's like a reward problem by
Incentive, yeah.
like parents kind of thing.
Well,
I
no,
think.
but I'm talking in general.
In
here.
general.
And then religion became.
if I
that.
do this, then I get
Religion
this.
became this. Like you're going to be a good person. You're going to go to heaven if you do this religion. And I was like, all right, like I can do that. And I was good at it. Like I was really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I could have gone a lot farther with it, you know. So yeah, I don't know if it was always for like fire insurance. I think there was probably some of that, right? That's what they call it. That's like
Yeah.
that's the term,
Wow,
fire
fire
insurance.
insurance.
That when you're just like doing it to be out of hell. But then I'm like, who could blame me?
No, I wouldn't blame you.
I mean, you're 5 and you're saying that you're gonna go.
someone's gonna go to this
hell.
place where there's gnashing of teeth and you'll
used
be
to take
crying
pride-
forever.
yeah.
Like I don't want to go there.
I used to take pride in thinking that I was saved when I was 5, and then I was just like, dude, what?
And the amount of anxiety
what?
I feel like that would have caused.
Yeah, it caused a lot. I had a lot of
Jeez.
fear. So I mean, I had an immense fear of death. I still do.
Ooh,
Yeah. So I
come
have
back to that.
Yeah.
I have an immense fear of. So one of the things, I'm on anxiety medications. I used to have really severe intrusive thoughts before I'd go to bed, and one of those intrusive thoughts, even to this day, I mean, even I've been on Zoloft for like 3 years. So like even just like right up to that time, I would have these intrusive thoughts about eternity and what it means to live forever, and it would freak me the hell out. I mean, I would.
You don't want to live forever?
But like, what does that mean? Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. So I don't think about it anymore because I'm on Zoloft. It's really weird. Like if you really start thinking about it, and I get in this anxiety loop about living forever because of religion, and like,
Now I
yeah.
know
So
where to
I
go
would
next
still
time he's
have
been a
like
dick.
some of that leftover stuff, you know.
What do you think happens when you die? Why are you afraid of it?
Well, I was afraid of death because I liked life so much, but religion taught me not to like life. Right? Like everything you like is
bad.
not is not what you should be doing. You should like what God says in the Bible. And so then you're like, I just like Legos, man. Like I just want to play with Legos. I don't understand why I have to like give up everything I've ever had. What
Yeah.
God wants to do that to people. I just think it's crazy. And so I would always just be like, oh, I guess I'm not allowed to like things. I'm not allowed to like money. I'm not allowed to like be rich, or because those people can't get into heaven. And
It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man
to
enter
get into
heaven.
heaven. And so you learn to not trust your own likes, your own desires. I didn't even know who I was when I got out of religion, dude. I didn't even know what I liked when I was 30.
So you and your ex decided to leave.
Yeah.
And is that when you kind of were like, I don't believe anymore?
No. No. I think I actually started listening to everything religious, like different religions, physicists. Like I started really going, like diving into like atheists and hearing every side, because when you're in the church that I was a part of, you're discouraged from doing that.
Yes. Do not educate yourself.
No, it's very discouraged from doing that. I mean, I couldn't even have a Buddha statue in my house without it inviting Satan. Right? So like, it's very secluded and very like walled off from that, and they would never encourage that. Which, like, at least the Amish allow their 16-year-olds and go and have a year. I don't know about that. Right? So like, at least we're giving them a chance to figure it out.
Yep.
Like, I didn't.
Well, that's
have
how
a
it comes
chance.
back stronger. If you
Yeah,
believe it, you
right.
come back stronger.
I didn't have a chance, right? So
Yeah.
like,
You didn't give yourself a chance. It sounds like, but you were more into it than your family was.
Mm-hmm.
You devoted everything to the church. The church took everything from you, but you could still walk away and then come back halfway, or what?
oh, I
felt the
could.
difference?
I don't. Again, I started really looking into atheism and just like, I'm a doctor, right? I'm a very practical person, and really just started listening to the things that I believed, and I thought, first of all, religion is absolute nothing. It's trash. It's just man-made. Everything about it is in my opinion, religion is just it causes so much more death and pain than it ever causes good. Just in my opinion.
Yep.
Religion. Spirituality, because we don't know anything. The more I listened to these people, it wasn't like, well, I believe there's no God. It's that we just don't know, man.
Yeah.
And to act like you do and force that on somebody else is abhorrent, in my opinion. And so I was like, I'm not gonna be a part of that, And I'm okay saying I don't know, and then just letting people live their lives. If you think that it's God, I hope it is.
That's
for you.
what I believe.
I hope it is for you,
Yeah.
because I don't want bad things to happen to people.
Yeah.
I want people to be happy. If you're happy being a Christian, awesome.
I think the same exact thing.
But I also want this person to be happy being Muslim, and I also want this person to be happy being atheist.
true, man.
And there's just not a lot of religions that allow for that.
as long as they're choosing love, I'm cool.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I don't know. So I think I just started realizing we don't know anything. To be honest, to answer your question, like, nobody actually knows anything.
You used, at the beginning, you said you were atheist, maybe agnostic. What
Yeah.
do you mean by agnostic?
The difference is, atheist is just like, you believe there's no, there's no God, right?
No higher power. Right?
And
Yeah.
agnostic?
There's no higher being. Let me get this right. There's a very distinct difference. An agnostic leaves room for we don't know, right? But we don't know. That's what
Right.
an atheist would say, like,
Absolutely
absolutely
not.
nothing. There's not even a spiritual realm.
Right.
There's nothing. So I don't believe there's a God, which makes me atheist. But I'm agnostic because I believe there could be something, right? It could be a spiritual being, it could be multiple beings. Nobody knows, and nobody should claim to know, is what I'm saying. Either way, right? So I would say I don't believe in God because there's no real evidence for a God. Everything we know about this individual God is from the Bible, and the only reason we know that is because we were born in America, and otherwise we would be Muslim, And so, like, there's all these weird. I don't know. I don't believe.
So you're
in
saying
that, but
atheist because you don't believe that there's like that God
Correct.
figure that we Christians or
Yep.
whatever primarily believe, but agnostic because there could be a higher power or something else out there.
yeah, and it could be God. I don't believe in God because I don't think there's any evidence for it except for people's personal experiences.
Right.
Which is fine because I felt some of those things too. I don't think they were God.
So wait. Oh, okay. So what do you think then?
I think they were. I think. I don't want to insult you.
Dude, I
and
know
I
what
hope,
I believe.
Listen, because I
Say whatever you think, man. I know what
I-
I believe in, and that's not changing.
I
so
believe it's
don't worry.
possible And I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you know that. And I'm not trying to shit on what has happened to you, because
an open conversation.
I've had those experiences, and I think they're really great experiences. And I've had those moments, and I'm like, man, it was transformative. And I wouldn't even be here today if I didn't have those experiences. So I can't look back and say they were garbage. They did something for me. They got me really good friends. They got me to a good place where I was in somewhere else every night. I wasn't doing stupid stuff like everybody else, you know? So like,
Nice catch.
so like I there's a lot of good that came out of it. I learned how to play music. I was really good at it, and I got really far with that. And like, I don't know, there's a lot of good things, but I think it was a emotional manipulation, honestly. I think that we manipulate the music and the atmosphere to create an emotional response, and
Like
we get
when
these
you're walking
chemical
into
hits.
worship
Yeah,
and you feel that feeling.
yeah. You're getting these big chemical hits from these amazing experiences, and that's what I think it is.
Like
right?
sound itself.
It's
walk into a
anybody
worship and
who
sound.
doesn't even know what God is would come into that and feel this because of the way we make it.
Yeah.
And I used to be a part of those productions. I made these emotional experiences, and I was really good at it. And so like, for me, it was a little bit of a manipulation is how I view it now. As not on purpose. There's nobody there trying to say like, we're trying to get them to be all hyped up so they give us
Right.
money. Some are, but you know, I think they actually feel it too, and they believe it too.
Yeah.
It's just that people call that God,
Right.
and that's fine. If that's what you think it is, it's possible it is. I don't think it is. I think we have other explanations for it with the chemicals in our body and how we experience reward and emotional trauma and all these other things. But shit, call it God. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, and that's absolutely. I would never say you're wrong to somebody like that, because I don't know either.
Right.
You know, like I would just never be like, you're wrong, dude.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea. And
Yeah,
you
it's
know
almost
what?
like what Christians do to.
That's what Christians do. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm not a part of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what religion does.
Yeah.
It says you're wrong.
Yeah.
I would not do that as an atheist. I would not do that because I could be wrong. Like as an agnostic atheist.
I should correct myself. Not Christians, but religion.
Religious.
Religion does
Religions.
that,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. A lot of religions are exclusionary
Oh,
and
humans
fear
do
based.
it.
And so, even though they weren't supposed to be that, and maybe they were. Some were based in racism and exclusion and stuff. But you know, there's just a lot of history to religions, and there's a lot more gods than one God. You know, that humans have, there's like 3,000 gods that humans have believed in over time.
Wow, that many?
Yeah. Yeah. There's like 3,000, so something like that. So like, I think it's Neil deGrasse Tyson or Tyson deGrasse. Why do I never remember?
Neil
that?
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
He'll be on here
Neil
someday.
deGrasse Tyson.
He'll be on here,
We
yeah.
said that.
Oh, that'd be.
We have a contact.
We know a
We
guy.
do.
Sick.
We know him.
I got
like
so
he's met him
into
at
his
dinner
stuff.
We know a
before.
guy.
I
We
got
know
so into his stuff. Oh my god, he was one of the reasons I became this way, because he's also an agnostic atheist, where he is very comfortable saying I don't know, but there is no evidence for one, so I don't believe in it. But he's very spiritual, and he's just like, yeah, I don't know. But he said, yeah, there's 3,000 gods, and like, you're just angry that I don't believe in one of them, right? Like, there's like the one you believe in. We're the same. You don't believe in 2,999 other gods. You just believe in one. So we're really one God different from belief here, you know, 'cause we're really not that different. And I just find that really interesting and kind of
Yeah.
fascinating that there's been that many religions where people thought they were 100% right, you know?
What if they're all talking about the same thing and they just keep
And that is
relabeling it?
That would be the most likely scenario, in my opinion.
So-
if there was something spiritual, everybody's feeling the same thing, right? Like, no matter where you are, you have that God
That's
code
love.
written on you, right? That's what you would say.
God's code is written in your heart.
And if there is a spiritual being, I believe that, because it made every person. So every person's experiencing the same thing. That's what I would say if there is something. 100%.
I think that's more in line with what I think too.
Yeah, so my grandfather-in-law, he used to say that, you know, what if, this goes down a different rabbit hole, but he said, what if a rocket ship landed on a foreign planet, and as it landed on the planet, there was an underdeveloped civilization on it, and they saw the spaceship land on the planet, and across the side of it, it said NASA. And then they just started worshiping NASA. What if 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, that ship came down here and it said GOD on the side, Galactic Organization of Dudes. I don't know, but God, like, who knows? But it's all, it could all be one higher power that these 3,000 gods have been related to.
It could be that. And then you read anything about quantum physics and they would say that all atoms are the same. And so like it could just be that we're all feeling the same stuff because all of our atoms are the same. That one atom can exist in two places at one time. There could be some kind of weird, crazy scientific thing that explains why we all feel the same connection to the earth or to nature
We're
or
getting
to
in the 80%
sound.
right now because I'm going to pull something out of my ass, but I don't know if it's
80. What does that mean?
80% of the time, he's right 100% of the time.
Okay, what the hell? What did I just open up?
So I don't know if it's quantum physics that this relates to, but isn't it that anything is possible and everything is possible? Isn't that the same thing as quantum physics? They say like all
It sounds like a
There's
Disney
all
movie.
possibilities.
yeah, that's quantum physics, right? It's the
Anything
same basic.
is possible. It's a Disney movie.
It also sounds
100%.
like one of your productions in religion.
It does.
So
That's true.
But if anything and everything is possible, then every outcome is
Yeah, that every outcome is equally likely. That so again, you could explain it with God, or you could explain it with quantum physics, or you could just be like, I don't know. I don't care. I just don't care. It doesn't affect me. It
I
doesn't
just
hurt
think
me.
the point is missed of seeking fear versus love. I think if fear is chosen, no matter where it's at, you're lost. And that's exactly what the point of everything is supposed to be not teaching is like.
Yeah.
I actually read a book it's called The Right Fight: How to Live a Loving Life. And it's based in Corinthians, so it's a Christian-based book. But it is like the best book ever. Because it talks about how every decision in your life comes down to choosing a fearful thing or a loving thing. And it has a definition of love and fear. And love is choosing something at the expense of yourself just because. And fear is choosing something to protect yourself for something that you want. And it's like, love is patient, love is kind, love is keeps no record of being wrong, all that kind of stuff. So basically it's like you can like boil down your decisions to, are you choosing love or are you choosing fear? And if you choose fear and follow that, you're literally walking away from what I call God is, or what Jesus is, or what whatever religion's going to say what they're trying to do the better thing. You're walking away from what that is. So these churches that are teaching fear-based things, like if you don't do this, you're going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally fear. That is the opposite of what's being taught by
Yeah, no, I totally
Jesus
agree.
himself. So like I think the point's being missed. I think it's a human problem.
I'm a
Yeah.
better Christian as an atheist.
That's what's sad.
Any day.
That's what's so
Any
sad.
day,
to
dude.
me.
I was
People are lost.
I was
People
not
are lost
a
with no
good
direction,
person.
and it's like, it's not that complicated of a thing. Like to figure out that love is the answer and fear is not.
Yeah.
I remember I worked for an Adventist hospital, my first job out of nursing school, and I would walk in and it was they had this big printed like poster thing on the elevator, so I would see it every single day. And I think after maybe a year, it hit me so hard, and I was like, whoa. And it was a line from the Bible, and it was like above all this, love. And it was like above worshiping me, like above believing me, above all of this, I want you to love. And I was like, whoa, God wants us to love each other more than worship him or believe in him. And it was just such an amazing moment.
I think by loving and wholeheartedly loving with no hate, no fear, you are representing the higher energy, God, or whatever that energy is. So, yeah, I think that's the closest thing to prayer or worship you can get.
Yeah.
My belief.
Yeah, it's like literally love is like, what I was taught is God is a synonym for love, which is a synonym for mercy, which is a synonym for grace. It's the same thing. So like, to consider him to be someone that's fearful and holding you back from things and instilling this fear in people, and you're instilling fear of what would happen if you don't follow him, is like, dude, he's literally trying to bring you back as much as possible to him. Like, that's what he wants. That's what should be taught, is like, he's trying his best to bring you back and make you a better person. That's literally it. It's not about choosing fear. It's about just walking away from fear and choosing love. That's, if you put your focus in, I'm going to do this because I don't want to do something bad and I don't want to go to hell, that you're choosing fear because you're protecting yourself from going somewhere. But if you're choosing something like, I'm going to do the nice thing because I want to do this the good thing for someone else, not because I want to go to heaven, not because I want to do this, it's like, no. I'm doing this for someone else at the expense of myself. That's loving your neighbor like you love. You'd want someone to give up something for you, right? Like, that's what we're sitting here and you're like, dude, my car broke down, I got nothing, and I just need to call someone and help me. And they come and help you, you're like, I'll pay you $20. You're like, don't even mention it. Like, that's what I would do. I love you. Like, that's literally showing the thing of what it is. Not like, oh gosh, like what if I, what if I do this for them and then they're gonna need money and blah. It's like that's fear based. You should be able to call on anybody and have them love you. If the whole world did that, it's Atlantis. What was that?
I
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds
There's a mouse right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one. Oh, get him! Let me go grab him, dude.
Speaking of which, let's take a quick break, throw some wood on here, and then
And
we'll
then
come right
I
back. And then we'll get to Renee.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We were talking about love and the idea of love and God, and Renee had an opinion. What was it?
I do. So I don't think that we are here to necessarily like be closer to God. I think we're here to suffer. I really believe that our time here is to have a negative experience because it doesn't exist in eternity. Like after my divorce, I went through this period of time where I kind of did a deep dive on near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, and it's wild to me how many people have very similar, like almost the same experiences. Like it's the same structure. There might be differences in what they see, but the idea and like
I've heard this too.
the major points are the same. And I was like, this is fascinating. And it really started to change my thought process and my belief structure. And I really think, I think it was Alan Watts who said something about like, imagine that you have like everything that you could ever want and you get to go and dream. And when you dream, you're like, I don't know, like let's do something a little different. And so you have like this crazy dream and you wake up from it and you're like, whoa, that was so freaking cool. But you're like kind of bored with it over time. And then you want to do something even more different. So you have a dream and it's scary or thrilling. And it was like awful, right? You're getting chased by a lion. But you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, that was rad. Like the thrill, everything inside of you was just on fire. I feel like that's what life is. I feel like this existence, this physical reality is here because we don't have that in the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm is full of love. That's like every time somebody ever says that they cross over, they feel this unconditional love.
Yeah.
So that gets I mean, maybe not boring, but like you just want to experience physicality. You want to experience heartache and tragedy and all of the things that you can't experience on the other side. So you come here and you suffer and it's horrible for us. It feels like eternity. But when you are actually in eternity, it's a blink of an eye. And so you get this beautiful, amazing, like rich experience coming to this world. And then you go back and you can choose if you want to come back
I was
again.
saying we get to choose that.
I really do
You think we should
believe.
choose.
I really believe that you choose your life before you come here. So you can see every possible road that you go down and you choose it. And there's like main stops along the way. What?
Do you think souls know each other beforehand? And you like
Absolutely.
get
Yeah,
contracts?
absolutely.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
gonna ask too?
No, I know this story. So Renee and I actually stayed up and like had this conversation many a nights before, and at work, and just it's amazing how much we think alike on this one. And I too agree that you have a life contract and you come into this life knowing everything, all your hardships. You know, if you're a victim in this life, you know your perpetrator. There could be a reason why you know your perpetrator.
Like it could have been reversed in a
coulda-
previous life.
Yeah, you could have been the perpetrator in the last life and hurt somebody else, that person, and now it's just role reverse. But I honestly would believe that every energy and every human and everything that's ever existed that has soul and consciousness is connected, and it's all connected to the higher energy and higher power.
Almost like the higher energy, God, whatever you want to call it, is like the ocean. And we are of the ocean. We're like a drop of water, and we come into this planet, this physical realm, but we're still part of the ocean and we go back to it.
It's a great analogy. So the cloud picks us up, moves us over land, drops us on land. We're then distributed all different places to have different experiences, and then every drop of water leads its way back to the ocean eventually.
Yeah.
And I think that's an amazing analogy.
So you guys believe in reincarnation? That is
Yes.
reincarnation.
So yeah, it's
Essentially, it's not. You're the same thing. just traveling through different.
But we're all the same thing. And
No, I know, but like you're not dying and then being reborn
Correct.
as something different. You are the same entity,
The same
just
soul.
living different lives.
The same
We're,
soul.
right?
but we're
different
all
soul.
the same
yeah.
energy. We're
yeah.
all part of the larger.
Why
the
don't we
larger
remember all the
I
other
think a
ones
branch
then?
just fell.
Because I think
Or that too.
remembering is going to prevent you from living this physical life to its fullest extent. Like if you knew
Do we get to remember then? There?
Yeah.
the
like
minute
when
you
you're-
cross
when you're
over,
in
you
the
remember
eternity.
everything.
When you
I've
come
never
back,
heard
is
this
it
before.
is it a race like Men in Black?
It's not a race. It's not a race. It's put on pause. It's
Until
like
you come back and you're like, oh, that was a fun journey. You know what it's like, dude? It's like
It's an etch and sketch, bro.
No, it's like Super Mario. You know, Dave, you'll know what I'm talking about. Super Mario 64.
Oh, the 64.
When you're like in like the painting room,
jump
you jump
to
in
the
the painting and you
paintings.
do the whole thing and then come back out and you're like, oh,
64.
that painting was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Me either.
Some people get Aaron, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, double A got me.
Yeah, it's like you're in the castle.
You're in a
and then
castle
there's
and you
paintings
jump
on the wall and you jump into the
into
painting
the
and you go
painting
into that world.
and it's
then
a
you come
whole
back out, you're
world.
in
You
the
experience it,
castle.
come back
Sounds
out,
like
and it's
Blue's
like
Clues to
you're
me.
just back in
Place
the
is
castle.
Yeah, the main place is the castle. So.
Yep.
That's Blue's Clues, bro.
I guess it is like Blue's Clues, huh?
Anyways, I 100% agree with you in that belief pattern that I believe that we are all connected. We all have these contracts with each other and these experiences with each other. And when you have hate with somebody, there's a reason you're having that experience is because you need to learn it. When you have love with somebody, you need to learn to love and accept. And the reason that we have these challenges and we go through this life, I don't think we're here to feel pain. I think it's like a rich. You used an example, but it's like having a meal, and instead of having the same meal every day, we're not eating dog food. We expect to sit at this table and have an experience, and we might not like the experience.
That's true.
but
Like the
it's-
full
but-
range.
But it's a full range. It's the buffet, and every time you re-enter, you have a different meal, and it's a different experience, and then you are reabsorbed, which I think is heaven, and which I believe is God. You want to put names to it, sure, but God in heaven is the cradle of the energy, and if you look at energy as a whole, and how science says energy cannot be created or destroyed because it's all is and was and ever will be. It's almost the same verbiage as what the Bible says about God, and like I'm not saying God is 220 hooked up to a 50 amp. I'm saying that God is every molecule of every energy of every living and non-living being. And then when we transition, we're feeling it now, but when we transition, our energy and our soul and everything that we were just goes to the collective, and then we do it again.
And this whole idea of like hell, this was really interesting to me when I was listening to these people that had like the near death experiences.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So when you cross over, you relive your life, but you feel it as yourself, but you also feel it as the person that you've interacted with. So if I hurt you, I'm not only going to feel my emotions in that, I'm going to feel your emotions in that.
Empathy.
And that is going through hell because you are horrified at how much you hurt somebody.
What about the beautiful things you did?
Yeah,
You
that
go
too.
through that too?
And it's
So how
gorgeous
would that
and
be hell?
amazing. Amazing.
But how is that hell?
How is that hell? Well,
Yeah.
the hell is the judgment of yourself.
Gotcha.
Not like God is judging
So we
you.
all go through hell and then go to heaven.
It sounds like
Yeah,
purgatory.
like
It's like purgatory.
yeah, like
it sounds
you're
like before,
Cleansing.
it sounds like before Christ got here.
Correct.
Before Christ got here, everybody went to hell,
Yeah.
and then Christ had to go retrieve them and go to
Correct.
heaven.
Yeah.
But in all reality, I think, yeah, we still have to. The Egyptians would you would die, and Roth, I'm gonna mess it up, but you would die, and then you would have to go in front of this God, and your heart would be weighed against a feather, and you would all your sins and all your hardships would be laid out in front of you, and it would be this scale, and it would be your humanly heart, but it was your heavenly spirit weighed against a feather. And it sounds like the same exact thing, is that we're being judged, but we're always going to get to heaven. It's just there's
you
that
judge yourself.
fear of being judged harshly because of you're judging yourself.
But God doesn't judge.
No, he's
They're
loving.
like the minute you cross over, they're always like, I feel so loved and accepted, and there's like zero judgment. And then you go through that whole like reliving of your life, and you judge yourself, and I think that's how you grow as a soul. You feel the the empathy, and that's kind of the point, right? Is to just grow as a soul,
Yeah.
get
So,
more
do you
knowledge
think
and-
we're here just to suffer, or do you think we're here to live?
that's better, live. But
Because
part of
suffering's part of
living,
living. Because I thought you were coming here like basically like for hell. Like let's just suffer.
Well,
like,
for some
gnashing
it
of
is.
teeth and
yeah, like
for some it is
yes,
hell.
yes,
It is suffering.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
their entire
So-
existence is
awful.
for some people. You know,
It made me like kind of recently, maybe in the last like week or two, I had this realization. I was like, okay, I have a really hard time not having judgy feelings about homeless people that are so disrespectful and entitled and disgusting, because we deal with it all the time in the ER.
Chandler and O'Brien.
It is so difficult for me, right? But if you think about it, how badass are they? That soul picked that existence to come to this planet and have like a horrible earthly life. That's a dope ass soul.
that's such an interesting view.
I've never
we're-
heard that before.
Never.
But-
I don't know if I like, agree with
I'm
it,
like-
but it's a cool take.
but
Like
we'll-
my brain is just
but
like,
we'll all
what
go-
is happening right now?
But we'll all go through that same experience, and that's a great thing. That dish will be served up to us eventually.
Really, I gotta pick that.
Maybe you already have. Maybe that's why this
I
time
hope
you're a little
so.
bit more jaded.
I'm like, man, this sucks. 'Cause last time was so bad.
Like I'm just waiting to be the Rock. Like I want that life. Like
Hey, if you guys could pick one animal.
are a
to be-
rock.
Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's way too many. It's a rabbit hole. Sorry.
no, I think that's a beautiful outlook, and we can get into angels and demons, and like you want to go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, I guess.
I believe that
Six.
angels and demons are interdimensional beings, and now we're going to get into dimensions versus what we know as heavens or realities or whatnot. And I just had this conversation with Tony, our good friend, the other day, and he was like, well, how do you explain angels and demons and stuff like that? And I said, well, you have interdimensionals, which are like what my belief is, like aliens that are from this dimension that you're traveling through time and space. There's extra dimensionals, which are able to travel through dimensional lines, but you have to say like there's third dimension, and they're able to go from one plane to another, but they're still three dimension. And then you have this fourth dimensional being, which are your angels and your demons. And I think that just like we're able to interact with a two-dimensional like artwork or drawing or whatever it may be, they're able to influence us. And I think that those fourth dimensional beings are what we perceive as angels and demons. And I think there's good and bad of those that are influencing us. And I think that's where like the whole angels and demons and spirituality of that aspect come from, which still, in my belief, if you believe about the whole energy is still manipulated by the higher energy, which is the infinite dimension, which is God. Or
But you said good, bad.
Yeah,
so
are
what does that
they-
mean?
Yeah. Start there.
so what do you mean good and bad?
Well, you were talking about them like there's angels and demons, good, bad, like, and they influence us. Why, how, like,
Because they are not of this dimension, they're of a higher, they're of the dimension directly above us, the fourth
Yeah.
dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of being able to see like length versus height versus width, they're able to see length versus height versus width versus time.
But yes, but why?
Just
Were those so? If you ascribe to maybe a little bit of what Renee had said about we choose the life, did they choose that?
and we have the ability to choose that also.
So that's another society
That's
That
just
they
that's
chose.
just
That's
a
another
different layer
world.
of the cake
that they chose.
that we chose to sit at.
So those are just beings as well, but
All
they get
part of-
to
all-
fuck with us.
No,
why would they want to do that?
Thank
though?
you. That was the question I was going to ask. I was like, she's coming right up to my question. I knew it.
You ever had a magnifying glass in an anthill?
So I was gonna say it comes
Right, but
down to
that's
that.
like, but yeah, but that's
no. And these intimate dimensional beings, when you have the ability to interact and influence and corrupt or guide, higher intelligent always wants to influence.
Yeah, and you're creating more strife, and which is then creating
More of a challenge, more of an experience.
more. Yes.
Exactly. But I also believe that those higher dimensional beings, the angels and demons are influenced by the higher energy, and maybe they're closer into connection with like how the book says the angels were spoken to by God and came down on his behalf, and then the angels, the fourth dimensioners, interbred with humans and made Nephilim that were abomination. Well, that makes sense now to me, because if there's something that isn't supposed to be here of this earth, that's of another dimension, came in and influenced our women and children, and like you made this
Some
hybrid.
angels are locked up too. They didn't listen. They
made
disobeyed God,
minotaurs,
and
bro.
they are, yeah. No, but they're locked up for eternity.
Where'd I just go? What did you just say?
Minotaur.
Wow.
We should make merch, and it should be the Minotaur, and it's just you. Stand there backwards, and it's like this. It's like,
Okay, well, so then here's a question. Here's a question then. This will stir the. I always say stir the pot, right?
What do
yeah,
you
stir the
say?
pot.
But Dana and I say stir the boat because she can't say things straight.
Rock the boat.
That's cute.
So she's like, "Don't rock the pot," and so that's what we
pot,
say
stir
now.
the boat.
So literally, I cannot say it right now. I
love
say
that
stir
you
the
love
boat.
her, Dave. I love
I
that
say
you
stir
love
the
her.
boat. I do.
He loves her.
I
Yes,
do
he
love
does.
her. I don't want to stir the boat too much. But what if this? And this was something that I just got introduced to, and it blew my effing mind. And then I couldn't find anything else about it, so I wanted to ask you guys about it. What do you think? Do you believe in the Bible
Yeah,
as the Word of God?
yeah.
Okay. And so do you believe it's literal in the creation story?
That one,
It's fine if you don't know. It's
I don't
fine.
know.
Yeah.
I don't have
So-
an. I don't know. It was told around campfires. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's hard.
right,
I don't
fair.
know.
And to be completely fair, it was told well before Christianity used it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know that one. I
yeah,
have to
it was
research.
borrowed, by the way. It was a borrowed story.
Yes, thank
However, regardless, say you do, what if God didn't want them to eat the knowledge of good and evil because he was evil?
What?
And he didn't want them to know that. That just blew my mind.
Wow.
But
This blew my mind. Why else?
why
would
does
he
he
want-
have to be? Ooh, that just hurt my head. Why does
Right?
it have to be one? If
So
God
if
is
you,
a-
if
God,
that's fine. If you
if
say he's good and evil,
yeah, if you
you can say
subscribe-
that.
if
But
you
like most Christians wouldn't believe that.
I think it's a good. I think it's a good idea, but I don't think it holds value to the Bible because God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son
Right, but he wrote that.
to save.
Yeah. What if it's all?
He wrote it.
If you believe the Bible, there's
But
a
why would he send
lot
someone
Kim
of,
down
Jong
to-
Un tells his people he's the God.
I know what you're saying, but you can say that about
Mm-hmm.
anything in the world. And if you just look at morality of good and bad,
I agree
He's
with you.
literally trying to bring like he sacrificed His only Son in order to bring us back to Him.
Right, he killed his kid.
He sacrificed.
David.
I'm just trying to put a spin. You see what I'm
I
saying?
know what you're saying, and
So,
I know what you're saying,
yeah.
but like
So
to me
you
that doesn't
can
hold
view it-
water. In my brain, in my
Yeah.
belief, it doesn't hold water in my
Yeah.
belief because
Yeah.
it's like you could say that about anybody. Then you can say that good and bad is just flipped and like evil and good, but we don't know. Well, we know what good and evil is. Like there's ways that you can just be like that's not.
Well,
good.
and you had said something earlier where you said, it doesn't matter. Like you really don't believe that killing anybody is an appropriate
I don't think I said that.
thing. What were you talking about with
Charlie Kirk,
Charlie Kirk? So
that opened my eyes to the fact that people could move a baseline of
right. So if somebody
moral
actually
baseline.
believed he was spreading evil
Yeah,
and they killed him,
they did.
and they actually believed it,
They- yeah.
and say he was
That's why they could put
Spreading
their
hate.
hand on a lie detector and they would be telling the truth. They
Right.
believe that he died for
right. So
the right
what
will
is
of the world.
what does God say about that?
What would God say about that?
Hmm?
I'm not God. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking. In
Or
the
what
sense
about
of-
like let's take Hitler.
Right, that's where I was going.
People can definitely agree that Hitler was a bad guy and that they're really happy that he was killed.
Yeah, I don't need God to tell me that, but also like, yeah. Do you believe that?
That his death was okay then in the
Yeah.
eyes of God.
So this is all the like oxymorons and conundrums that I
You know
started
what,
to think about.
You know
and I
what an
was like,
interesting
man.
theory is? Something that I really struggle with. I was reading Acts of the Apostles, and in the Acts of the Apostles, there's a king. I don't remember the name of him. Whatever the king, it's like multiple grandsons that are like tormenting Christians, and he's like, I don't remember the exact story in this, but I really struggle with the idea of it because it was like, it says in the Acts of the Apostles, he like held up the apostles and then like put them out on like in front of everyone, was like gathering all this like fame from the crowd that they were saying that King whatever his name is
This isn't Nebuchadnezzar, is it?
No.
It's,
Much shorter name. I need to look this up.
I don't remember the
Anyway,
Bible enough. It's
the
been
king
way too
is
long.
like, the king is like getting all this like basically the crowd's telling him they're worshiping him and not God or the apostles, and they're like, this is so wrong, and he's like going to like kill one of the apostles, and then he becomes sick with worms. Like he gets
Oh.
infected with worms and dies.
Nero? No, it's not Nero.
An
is it?
angel comes down and infects him with worms.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, God just sent an angel down to kill
God
this
did
guy?
that? Right.
Wait, and I really struggle with how is this? I don't understand. Like,
And if God is love, what is that?
and I was like, I don't know, and like I talked about it for a long time with people, and the only answer I can come up with, I'm still confused on it, to be honest. Like I'm still confused. It's still a question.
think you should be.
If anyone knows, I ask
think you
questions.
should be
I
confused.
seek the truth.
Yeah.
I want to know what the like. I don't just blindly follow things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The only thing that I could think of, like, it took me a lot of wraparound. I don't know if I will have it right now to say out loud. It was along the lines of like, he was allowed to repent in the past so many times, and he was actually like stopping like the spread of Christ at this time at the very head of it, that he had to be taken care of. Like this free will had to be eliminated basically. So like no matter what he did, like the free, like God was like, okay, I actually have to step in now and stop this because like you are not going to let my church and my love spread. So like unfortunately, like I tried so many times to let you spread this. And then like while he was sick, he could have repented so many times to be freed from it, but he didn't repent while he was sick. So there's like, we don't know. And I don't know the answer. There's answers that could make sense.
It invites a whole lot of problems.
It invites a lot of questions. And
a whole lot
so,
of problems.
Like I said,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm looking for love over fear.
That's
Well, and right, and the way you're right, and you're not the one who's saying that, you know, or holding to some doctrine. So I'm not saying it against you because
Totally.
you're very much open, and we've talked
Totally.
about this. You're
If
not.
I don't know,
holding-
I'm not gonna sit
no,
here
no.
and lie.
You're not
You know,
holding
I-
to some
if I don't
doctrine
know, I
just
don't know.
because,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and I only say that because you're on your island of like the right, the only Christian. But,
Absolutely.
so yeah, no, I think it's totally fair. What you're saying for sure.
This is why I have a really hard time with the Bible and with religion in itself. Back to how Renee and I believe, or I'll speak for myself. What I believe is that religion is people's ideas, and the book was written. I've had this discussion many a times, but like the book was written after the fact, and it was it was not first person. It wasn't Jesus who wrote the book. And then you have the Old Testimony, and then you said like the story of creation was a story around a fireplace. So these are all handed down through humans, and through humans you have, mistakes or corruption or bias. So like when it comes to the written word of anything, unless it's, and the pen was in Jesus's hand and Jesus was able to write it down. I'm talking.
That's right when
I told you she like gets in trouble. The perfect timing.
Jesus was writing it down, then all right, maybe, and there was witnesses and it was notarized, but other than that, you're like, it's all folklore and hearsay.
This is my Lego theory. Remember, I said you should ask me about my Lego theory.
What's your Lego theory, Dave?
No, this is you'll resonate because what you're trying to say is actually this exact same.
Okay,
thing.
go ahead.
So it always frustrated me as a kid. Those moths are nasty.
There's
Dude,
some
that's
divine
like
intervention
I heard that
going
one
on
fly
right now.
down.
Like a bat.
Yeah, I heard the wings speed.
So I'm actually going to stop you real quick before you get into your Lego theory. So we have weird coincidences that always happen here. We got into a pretty heated conversation earlier, and we were talking about religion, and we were hitting a topic of, I think, good and evil. And way off in the distance, Wyatt and I both heard an entire tree break in half. And then right now we're talking about this, and she starts barking. And then as soon as we go to the Lego theory, the moth, I do believe that there is intervention, and there's a little bit of play here and there. So
Yep.
I will give you that the energy is able to interact. But go ahead.
Well, my Lego theory is this because I am a huge nerd, and I was big time into Legos as a kid, and I love them now. So, but it always frustrated me that was like, these Lego master builders, right? Like one of my friends from Michigan, actually, her brother is a master builder. It's crazy, but they come up with these designs, but when you're sitting at home, you have 6,000 square blocks, and I'm like, well, I can't build the same thing that they build because whenever they need a new piece, they just create it, right? So I need a piece that fits so it looks like this race car. I'll just make a new piece that is shaped like this, and it's all effing weird. But at home, I can't do that. I just have the squares, right? And then that piece comes out. I'm like, oh, I could have built that. And I think that religion is the same in that if something doesn't fit with the culture, if it's becoming unpopular, if it's viewed in a negative way, or if it's, it needs to rebrand itself because people are leaving the church, it just finds a new piece to make.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
now the Catholic Church is okay with gay marriage, right?
And aliens.
Yep. Speaking of,
And so
I was married to a woman for 12 years, and it was very difficult for her.
no, he said what? And he was
He's like,
like,
what?
he acted like a moron.
Like he didn't know.
He was an idiot. Push him back in his broken chair.
So she was very religious.
Yeah.
Raised religious. So for her, our relationship was difficult. Like it, contradicted the way that she was raised. And it hurt me to watch her hurt over it. So I was like curious how the Bible, I had heard that this word homosexual and all of that wasn't in the Bible way back.
Yeah.
So I found a Bible that was hundreds of years old and went through it. That word did not exist back then. I could not find it. Like this whole...
Yeah. One of my good friends knows Hebrew and Greek, and she reads the Bible in those languages, and very old stuff. It's the same thing. They're just different words now.
It's
That
crazy.
were put in.
So it's just altered and changed.
Yeah, so and
according
that's
to
what
culture.
that's what I think in general religion is. Not spirituality, fine. Right? Maybe that I'm there's got to be something out there. There's some weird coincidences. You asked about who asked about the soul thing? Do you feel their soul?
You're
Like,
having
if you
a
meet somebody, if you feel their soul or like
soulmate.
whatever.
We always say soulmate.
I do have a question about
Somebody
that.
said
Do you
that,
think that's
but
real?
anyways, so like I
He's
think
having a
yeah.
secondary conversation in your head.
No, you said something about it. Ooh, go back. Go back.
We have
man.
video evidence because I honestly don't remember that. To
I don't
be honest.
either.
I don't remember
I'm gonna
saying
punch
that.
you both.
I think I asked, do you know souls before you come down?
That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
That was
That's
you.
what I did.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I got you, Dave. I'm not gaslighting
I think you do.
brother.
I
think so?
Oh yeah. I think you
Why?
recognize because I've recognized the soul before.
So I actually have the same
Hold on.
thing.
How can you
I
justify
have the same
that and
thing.
not having that and not that?
Well, what do you mean? Like I'm not saying that doesn't
He's
exist.
like,
I'm just saying
that's
that
why I'm agnostic.
I don't think I just think there's no God. But is there something else? Maybe.
So there's like a soul bank up there?
I have no idea.
He just doesn't know.
I just don't know, and I'm okay saying that. Like I'm not going to search for the answer.
I just
because
want to know if you like had an opinion on it or what.
No, I just felt it before. And it was so, again,
I
it was
have that
similar to
now.
the God thing where you feel God. And again, I don't know what that was. Maybe all this was a chemical reaction to the most perfect person I've ever seen in my life. But
I'm in the same boat.
It was real. And it was
I feel the same way. We talked about it.
crazy. I have never experienced that in my entire life. And the only thing I can say about it is that my soul experienced its counterpart. That's the only thing that I can do to describe it.
No, I feel exactly the same
So-
way. Like I know exactly what you're describing. Remember I told you when we were sitting at our breakfast and I was like, I don't know how to describe
Yeah,
you.
dude, you did say that.
You like walk in and it was like I stepped back and it was just like.
Dude, it was the weirdest, craziest. I
Wait,
knew
what?
everything about that person.
And then as you talk to them,
Whoa.
it's like you. It's
knew.
almost like you know things about them, but
Yeah,
they
I knew
haven't.
everything.
Like you just understand what they're gonna say before they say it, kind
Yep.
of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I just knew she was a good person, and I knew that she had a really big heart, and I just very intimately knew this person. So
No, I feel exactly the
so
same
anyway, I
way.
just think
I
yeah,
do have a
there's-
curious question. I was
you
gonna
know.
ask if you guys believe in soulmates.
Oh,
like what a
yeah.
soulmate is. What would that even be?
Like
that's
a
what it
soul
was
that
for
you're
me.
friends with on the other side that you...
Yeah.
You know, like, let's go do this together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go meet down there. We'll go through some hard things. We'll
Yep.
we'll come together.
Find each other
closer.
somewhere along the way,
Yeah.
and we'll know immediately, and we'll
Go
have
together.
Could be like,
there'll be no question. And in all honesty, the four of us, I think, had that agreement. And I know that's as corny as all can be, but as close as we are with each other and like our friendship and our bond, I think that it's just not one soulmate. I think that there's multiple people that are
Absolutely.
contracts throughout it.
Absolutely.
But I will tell you that what you just explained and what you just explained, I've had that same exact feeling, and it takes your breath away, it takes your heart away, and then sometimes it's not in a partner way, it's
oh no, that's
it's father son.
I don't even think it exists maybe in that realm.
Yeah, I'm not
partners.
sure that
You know
there's
what I
such
mean?
a
Is there
thing as
sexuality?
partner.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
like-
saying in this realm.
No, but
you
like,
come
yeah, it
across
doesn't
that.
have to be that way here either.
It could be a best friend.
Yeah, whatever
Bond.
that is. I mean, Dana and I could be just like, what up, bro? You know, like up there, I have no idea. But here, here we're gonna do our own thing.
It's PG.
Yeah, I know. Here we're
love
not
that.
fist bump partners. So
I tell you, called her a dude.
yeah, but that's my Lego theory. Essentially, is that you know, like you're saying, there's all these nuances and parts, and really, it's all the same thing. And we just we're naming. Everybody's just naming the best idea they have for it.
Correct.
And then when things change and they're like, oh, I guess that's probably true. We just pick a new piece and we just make it.
And
And
why-
it's just like, yeah.
And why I
you know.
appreciate Wyatt so much is because like he is devoted and all in, and he's given himself to God in the Bible and whatnot. But he also is able to say like, I don't know, or I do not agree. And
Absolutely.
there's like,
I seek
at-
the truth and love.
at
That's
the-
what I want.
And I've had this discussion with him and our other friends, but like, I don't think that, you know, in my heart of hearts, that somebody that is faithful in a different faith, that is being the best person that they can be, and they're not spreading hate and they're not spreading fear, but they're trying to spread love and goodness and kindness, but they read a different book with a different title, that they're wrong. I think that it's the same information. Just it's like when you go to work and you see on the wall the rules and regulations in English, but then it's also printed in 5 other languages because there's, you know, it has to be that way.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
I think that in all reality that's where religion is getting mixed up, and they're very similar stories. They're very similar belief patterns, and in translation, I feel like the hate and the disconnect happens, and then it's just an easier way to land grab, to resource grab, to do whatever you need to do in the name of God, your God, my God, the God, and it's just it's not being godly. It's not being human. You know, human. It's not part of humanity. It's unfortunately is a part of humanity.
It is humanity.
Yeah, but you're not being your best person. So like, I'm 100% okay breaking bread with anybody of any faith or religion, or no faith or no religion, as long as you come to the table with an accepting mind, an open heart, and open arms. And like, I'm not going to tell you, you know, because you're Muslim or you're Hindu or you're Christian or whatever, you're not going to make the gates of heaven. Because I don't even know the gate code, you know? I don't
Well,
even know
you-
what it
like-
I
is.
feel the same. I don't know the gay code. I don't.
Well, for this,
I know what I
that
believe
reason,
for me, but
I didn't even know that. So when I moved to California, I was from Michigan, and it's where I'm from is very white, very Bible Christian, like very Dutch, wealthy old people. When I moved, what are you doing?
so I got skeeters on you, dude. Just trying to get
Yeah,
you.
they're not. They're fine.
It's on your
Footsie
hand.
with them.
I love all things, wife.
Oh, you babe, you're so good.
Oh, I hate mosquitoes. Burn in hell. I didn't know that Punjabi was a religion.
It's
I-
not a
I-
religion.
Well, not Punjabi, Sikh. Sorry, I didn't know that Sikh. Well, Sikh or Sikh, whatever. So I didn't even know Punjabi was a different area of, or Punjab was a different area of India, right? And I had an Indian friend. Okay, so like whatever, like really good friend.
I have an Indian.
I ate
friend.
Indian food once.
Listen, I know I'm white. You don't have to tell me. I know I'm white. I had an Indian friend, and I knew them very well. I didn't know Punjab was an area of India, and I didn't know Sikh was a religion. And then I heard about the Sikh Fest, and I was like, no way. It's literally free for every
Everyone,
person.
take your-
and everybody can come and eat, and just eat for free.
There's rules though. You know that, right?
Well, what rules though?
You have to take your shoes off and you have to have your head covered.
That's fine.
And you
It's
have to
a-
be kind.
Yeah, well,
It's the greatest.
it's fine, but like
That's
that.
cool.
I was like, man, I have never been to a Christian festival that's like that, not once.
Really?
And I was just like, oh, okay. Maybe there are other people that get it better.
Wow.
some,
They don't.
some areas.
But, so they don't actually get it better. So I've done a lot
Well, I'm
of
just
research.
saying, like in general, that is.
They've
It
had,
was just something I'd never experienced
Yeah.
before, and then I get outside of everything I knew, and I was like,
But once
I
you're
literally never had that concept ever, that a festival would be free, and then just like anybody can come and eat. You know.
once you're invested into those religions and like the people that grew up in them, also they they'll be the first ones to tell you they're in a civil war with other. And
Again, I don't agree with any religion.
Yeah.
So I hear you. I was just saying, like, as a
Cool idea.
religious person who
Come be nice,
I
follow
was
our
just like,
rules, and eat.
why hasn't
enjoy
any
us.
church I've been to done anything like that?
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
to actually LDS churches that are like that.
Well,
they don't make
Really?
it. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Dave, to be honest,
absolutely
though,
open their
like,
doors.
I will say there are like so many foundations that are Christian based that are volunteer and giving. Like,
Oh no,
So they're trying to do good things in a
this
different
isn't
way.
a slight against a certain religion. It's
yeah.
just like
but I mean,
what
I,
I knew.
I think every religion's trying to do certain things. They just
Yeah.
don't know how. They just do it in different ways.
When I come here and then to say that this, I'll see people are going to go to hell is like, well,
Right?
you know,
I
they
don't
do
agree
this
with that.
thing that you don't. And
Right.
so, you know, like we could just go all day with that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Or
that's
like
why I
the
don't
Dalai
believe in religion.
Lama.
Do you know? Do you
Can't
know
tell
a
me he's
person
going
from
home.
the street that is unhoused and unhomed or unclaimed can walk into a Sikh temple? There's always food. There's always food being cooked in the back. There's always somebody there cooking food. Can walk in there, and as long as they cover their head and take off their shoes, they'll feed them.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I respect that a lot. I think my biggest thing that I really think is like, dude, I'm a human, and what's up?
Mosquito. So that's all.
Oh, I thought you said, whoa.
Whoa! You better stop.
Like you just had an epiphany.
You're not a human. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I will backhand you if you say that again. You alien.
I'm a human. I know what's real to me. I know what I've experienced and what I believe. And I think what I'm following is making me the best version of me that I can be.
Yeah.
If
That's
anyone wants
what's
to
important.
stop me, go ahead and try. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and I will continue to do what I do. I will never force anything on anybody. That's not how you make someone love. I will never judge someone for them trying to do their best, and I will never throw a stone at someone who's just in a different place trying to follow love too. Like that's literally my MO. Like that would be the opposite of what Jesus wanted in my eyes. So like whatever organized religion, Dave, I don't know what you went through. That place sounds nuts, dude. But I can't stand when one religion dogs on another just because they believe different things.
They all do that,
Dude,
though.
like the
They
thing
all do.
that's insane to me is like the Protestant versus Catholic like hatred for each other, and they're literally in a religion of love. Like literally, this is Jesus' teachings, and you're
Yes.
sitting there dogging on each other when you're in the same branch and believe the same person.
Or you'll
makes no
excommunicate
sense.
someone
Yeah.
because of something and
That-
shun them away
That's a very
when
sensitive topic for me.
you're supposed to bring them closer, right? Like
So
that's the
sensitive.
So
teaching.
starting today, right here, let's start our own movement. The four of us with four different beliefs.
Oh no.
I think that's called a cult.
No
No,
movements.
no, not a religion.
movements or anything.
Not a bowel movement.
Nope.
It's called the Lego cult. Let's.
But in all reality, let's, and I know people always try to do this, but in our own circles, just preach love and connectiveness and friendship, and just
Here, listen.
be the best humans we
Listen.
can.
Listen to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's listen.
What?
Let's listen. Did you
I
guys
was
hear
gonna
that?
go first, but you did it. You got me. You beat me to it.
I love you guys.
I love you.
I can't wait to give you a big old hug, Dave.
You were like,
Uh,
you were so jacked, man.
I
I'll
love
never
the.
forget that.
You know what, dude?
I was like,
You know the honest truth. This is the honest truth. I love loving people, and I've always had such a strong moral compass to like love people. And when I actually found what Christianity represented, it was like this is what I've been looking for. That's why I follow it. That's why it
Yeah.
speaks to my heart. The essence of what it is, not the human aspect, not the mistakes.
yeah.
The essence of what Jesus taught is like what my soul was looking for, and that's why I'm here.
Well, I have a lot more respect
It's
for
a moth.
somebody who finds it later in life.
Yeah,
Because
and I
that
think
it's
I came
it's not
back.
moth, man. It's a moth.
that guy can. That I'm just like, yeah, man. You must have found something you really needed in that. you know?
I did,
So,
and
yeah.
I do right now currently.
Yeah.
I
which
And
is
what's
great.
interesting is I have found more love in my life stepping away.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of people have said
But
that too.
far more.
Yeah.
And I
whatever.
don't have any hatred for that at all. I think as long as you're doing amazing things,
Yeah, as long as
that
you're
align
happy.
with loving your neighbor like yourself,
Yes.
and beating yourself, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll be right next to you. I'll
Yes.
see you.
Right? Ditto. I love you, Wyatt, because you're a Christian and that you love Jesus.
Absolutely.
I think
Thank
it's
you.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for going down this rabbit hole. I know this was
Yes.
a heavy one, and we'll probably have to re-hit it eventually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave, for joining us. We're going to hop into the question Brian's BS last week, or last time, excuse me. Last time I asked, it was if you can go back into time and tell yourself anything, what would it be and why? So, yeah.
Tell yourself
Yeah,
anything.
You go back in time and you tell yourself anything, and what would you tell yourself and why?
Can you go first, Brian?
Yeah, I will absolutely go first. I would start as soon as I left the Vestafer and I did not pass the tonsils.
You're so
I would say,
Bringing it back.
What the?
You were
He
disgusting.
wants to be the load that was swallowed.
First of all, he
David.
said, "Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the vas
Brian,
deferens. You shouldn't
we talked
speak like
about this,
that
you
in
would
front of
never
a
say
doctor.
Hey,
the
we
vas
talked about
deafers.
this.
I'm joking.
You better be joking.
I'm joking. I love.
Your existence is beautiful, and I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here. I love you guys.
Rat.
I would go back and tell myself not to sign the contract. Not true. I really do love this.
So mad at you for a second.
It's really hard because in the Bible, I will actually quote the Bible here to the best of my knowledge because I have never read it. But
I love the honesty. Dave's like,
this
dude.
has been kind
Let
of
me quote the Bible.
Why
to
don't
the
you
best of my
just
knowledge that I've
stop
never
right
read.
there? Yeah.
You know what? Let me quote this movie that I've never seen.
it sounds like how it was written in the first place. Like we're good, but it says do not. It says do not covet. Like don't covet. That's what's not yours. Like don't covet your neighbor. Don't ask for. Don't glutton. Like stuff like that. So my whole life, I've always wanted to go back to a certain time and tell myself to do it completely differently. But in reality, I wouldn't be here having this conversation.
Right.
I wouldn't. And now that I've asked the question and I'm sitting here contemplating it, I signed up for this contract. I knew what I was getting into. And in all reality, it's really hard to say I'd go back and do it differently because I wouldn't be here having this conversation. And that goes against my beliefs. But for the show's sake, I would go back to my 8th grade graduation and I would tell myself to not smoke weed and to not in high school, not that summer.
Dude, that's funny because that's exactly the opposite of what I would tell myself. Smoke as much as you can right now.
I would say stay on the football field.
Crazy.
I would have told myself to stay on the football field and invest in Bitcoin.
Dude, that's mine actually. No, that's mine.
Yes.
Literally, legitimately, that is actually mine.
Mine too.
I was sitting at a computer with $100, and Bitcoin was $8. I will never forget
Were you
it.
at work?
No, I was in college or something. I don't know. It was like 20.
Yeah, it's a long
I
time.
was like med
ago.
school. It was like 2012.
So I was at work. That means I'm old. So there used to be a scribe, and his name was Abraham, and he literally looked like Abraham Lincoln.
You're making
Why
everything
did you
up.
choose that?
Yeah.
What a choice.
So
This is made up.
Maybe
his name was Abraham.
It's
and
fine.
he
Just
had-
listen as if it's fake.
And he had a beard, that looked like Abraham. I swear, like that's how I just.
exactly, dude.
Right. Yeah, I got it. Keep going.
He was
Did
on.
have
Penny,
that
he was on the
condition?
penny
Did he
too,
have- Did he
asshole.
have that disease where he
Did
was
you get
like-
shot in the back of the head in the theater?
what disease did he have? Like, he was like a giant with like the long
Marfan syndrome.
Marfans. Did he have Marfans too? Or did he pick that when he came down?
He was a
Let me
time-
guess, he wore top hats.
He was a time traveler.
I'm just fucking.
No,
Okay,
he
tell
was-
your story.
he was-
Abraham Lincoln at work.
He was a scribe and he was an investor, and he was sitting there with Brad, and he's like, "Hey man, you need to invest." And he's like, "There's this thing called Bitcoins," and it was cheap. I mean, cheap. I want to say it was like $4 or $5 a coin, and he's like, "Yeah, I've already invested like a couple $100." The guy was going to
60
med
million
school.
now.
He never went to med school.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
Yeah,
He-
I can't remember what I calculated at, but if I'd have put that $100 towards that instead of an Xbox,
Oh. How
like
much?
a moron. I think it was like 60 million or something.
yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Respect for the Xbox. You know?
It was. Dude, I played through Halo, and then bought Halo 2 the next week when it came out. I was like, "This
Worth
is
it.
You know what? I would take that over Bitcoin, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
The experience.
Halo 1 and 2 was
Bomb.
epic,
Bomb.
dude.
I'll take Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
I'm
that was
serious.
literally mine. I was
That's
like, I'm
when
gonna
you
be
go up to
unserious.
heaven
I
and
would
you're
tell
like,
myself to buy Bitcoin.
That
Hey,
was
play
worth
Halo.
it. The
You'll
money,
find
it's gone now, but like that memory of Halo.
I was
yeah,
alone in my
baby.
dorm, man. I was
I'm not gonna go through $60 million.
No,
bro.
me neither.
It's
yeah.
gonna be left here. That's what I'm saying. So you don't get to use it all. So you're like, that Halo, dude. Halo 2.
I will use every
Dude,
penny.
I think you would
unless
cry in
got
Halo
so
2.
much I could buy with it. Oh man, I spent it
All
already.
right, Nate, what would you do?
I don't know. I should probably think about this before we come on.
I can give a serious answer too.
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think honestly, there's a couple moments in my life where that really changed me, and one of them was when this girl, the first girl I probably ever loved, told my roommate behind my back that the reason she wasn't going to be with me is because I was small. And my roommate, which is like the biggest friend move you could ever do, told me immediately after. And I had just been in love with this girl, man. I just love this girl. And I think I would tell myself to not, I don't know if it's like not be angry at people or like not be jaded because of that experience, because I was so jaded because of that experience. Like I was so manipulated. And that was actually the moment I like completely just stopped trusting people and like
Dang.
became a totally different person. And like headed down that like really negative path. So like I think that would be a moment where I'd just be like, she's not worth it, man.
Let
like
it go. Yeah.
she's just as insecure as she says you are, and like don't really, not everybody's like this, because that's what it felt like at the time,
Yeah.
That would be like a serious answer.
I think that's giving me my answer. It's probably going back and just telling myself to forgive people more, like see where they're coming from instead of just taking offense. Actually, there was a moment when like really shitty things were happening. My car was breaking down constantly. I was so pissed all the time. And there was a moment when I'm sitting on the side of the road. I'm waiting for the tow truck, and I just had this realization of like, why am I so upset? Like, I can't change anything. All it's doing is making me more unhappy. So whatever. And from that moment, I really don't let a lot get me down too much. I mean, obviously I'm human, but it really changed things. So I'd probably tell myself to have that perspective a lot earlier. I think it would have been a lot better. I want to say like, tell my mom what was going on, but then I wouldn't be who I am.
Yeah. No,
So
there's
it's
definitely
so
things that made
hard.
me that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know.
Totally. But I would absolutely say smoke weed in college, because now, like when I look back, I'm like, dude.
I wasn't in college. I was 14 years old.
I know, but still, 14 would have been great, dude. I would have had so much fun. I was so afraid of it.
But then you would still be living in your parents' basement, still playing your Xbox.
That sounds awesome. With no debt. That'd be great. I'm good. I'm in. Give me it all.
Okay, Wyatt.
I don't think I'd say anything.
You wouldn't?
I'd watch.
Keep it the same, huh?
Oh.
I'd just watch.
That's a cool take.
Yeah.
I think I would just stand
Kinda
back.
creepy too.
Huh?
A
Ooh,
little
it is.
chimo.
I genuinely think I would like watch little Wyatt like
You
suffer.
you really wouldn't have an
Making it
urge to
sound
help.
even worse.
Huh?
You wouldn't have an urge to help him because of the knowledge of who you are today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say like I don't think I would be where I'm at today if I didn't suffer. And
Yeah.
so stopping anything or changing money or anything I did,
Yeah.
like I could have other things, sure, of course, but like that would ruin the experience I have now. And if I could actually just go back and like see myself from the outside looking in and being like, you have no idea how much good is to come. Like I can't wait for you. Like I would be really happy with that.
That's so good.
I wish I felt that way. That's nice. That's a nice sentiment.
Unfortunately, like I was saying, struggling. You've made a comment about struggling with mental illness and whatnot, and we've talked about it too. And so have I. Like I spent hours and days of my life about the exact time I'd go back and why. And I think these conversations and sitting around this fire and having these like really, really thought-provoking talks, like I wouldn't redo it. And it brings me back to the topic of today of spirituality and religion, and I think it's bringing me closer to the acceptance of my higher power, my God, Lord, whatever it may be, and the contract that I signed. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think I would probably wouldn't watch. It was a little painful, and that's a little creepy, but
I think it would grow me perspective now to watch me suffer from the outside and like see it from a different angle.
I think once we're gone, we're gonna have like a recap of it all.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do when
Yeah.
you die. You're going to...
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
Reprocess it all.
I'd watch it. I'd watch a trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd take a trailer.
All right.
got a pip talk?
Pip talk.
Pip talk. So I think today we have to go religious, right? We have to go spiritual.
You do you.
The best sermon I've ever heard preached to me before was like, it was a priest, and he said, like, you know, he's like, I'm a father. I know a lot of you are like parents out there, and we try to teach our kids so many things of how to do the right thing in life. That's what we want. And our whole goal is to raise our children with everything that we have to make them the best for the world to come and to give the best to the world. Like, I don't know if that's what every parent believes, but I think a good parent would think, how can I get them to the best place so they can succeed?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, this was on Good Friday, and he said, when Jesus was at the Last Supper, the first thing he did was wash everyone's feet, and he talked to each apostle and told them about what that meant to them before they even ate. And the act of washing someone's feet at the time was such a, like, people wore sandals, it was dirty, they were about to eat. It was such a giving act. It was truly sacrificial in love. And he's like, as a parent, you look at it, there's like, you teach all these things, but you think of one thing you could tell your kid before they leave the house. They're going off to college, and you're like, if you forgot everything I said, remember this one thing. There's got to be one thing, like follow your heart. Or, you guys are parents. I don't know what you would say to your kids. Like, imagine your kids are leaving, and it's like, I've tried to teach you everything I can to make you better. This is the last thing I want to tell. Like, forget everything else. If you don't remember anything, just remember this one. Hear my words when you're in trouble. Blank. And he was like, when Jesus was washing their feet and telling them this, that was his last message. If you forget everything I've told you, all the other stuff, throw it all out. And you remember to wash other people's feet.
Mm. Brian's really good at that.
It's true, because if you ever looked at, like, if you ever really thought about what that means, and it's like, you don't gain anything from it. There's nothing that you elicit from it. There's no...
It's usually when I do my most repenting.
It's a repentance. And if you look at, if everyone did that for everybody else, the world would be amazing. Like,
right?
If everyone just took the time to stop and be like, hold on, I just need a moment. I got to help you. Like, I see your feet are dirty. Let me take care of that for you. If everybody in the world did that, like, how many people in the world? 8 billion people, whatever it is. 7. Can you imagine if everybody did that to each other?
Do a lot of pedicures.
Once a day. Everybody did something once every day. We'd have some nice looking feet in the world. But my point is, you look at what washing feet is, that is the whole thing that's encompassed. It's listening to people. It's choosing someone over your own fears. It's finding a way to be able to, like, look past yourself in a narcissistic way and say, this might hurt me. I'm gonna do it for them. And if everyone did that,
it doesn't hurt you.
Even if it does, it's a sacrifice.
It is, because there's, what is it? When I do it, because like you said, I do it. Like, the thoughts that go through your mind are, it doesn't hurt me. It's gonna take some of my time. Somebody might look at me. It might affect my appearance in somebody else's eyes, or somebody's gonna think like less of me for doing it or whatever. But I'm not doing it for any of those reasons. So you're not. You're right. It doesn't take much to do something kind for somebody else, and it might change their world or their day or just put a smile on their face. And what does it really cost you? Like, it doesn't cost you much. It costs a little bit of humanity and love. So, yeah.
That's my challenge. My pep talk is go wash someone's feet this week. Like, go find a way to just take something from yourself that you're like, maybe I don't know if I should give it up and just go do something nice for someone. Like, just go do it for him.
If there's a young man in a need that needs a piece for his car, go buy it. Like,
absolutely.
Like the story you said. Like,
absolutely.
The guy who went above and beyond, and he has no clue what he did for you.
Did you guys see the thing I posted?
Absolutely.
You guys don't have Instagram, but I posted this thing about this dude. It was a little, like, this video about this guy being so jacked that this really strong guy called him Big Dog. And he was like, dude, I just got called Big Dog today, and I feel like I can do anything. And he was like, dude, the guy was huge, and he called me Big Dog. And he was like, just, like, tell people.
Yeah.
Just call people Big Dog, man. Like, just be like,
go Big Dog 'em.
just be like positive to someone.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's washing feet right
No,
there.
exactly.
However you want to look
Yeah.
at it, call him Big Dog. Go call someone Big Dog.
Yeah.
Go buy
He
a
was
car part
jacked.
for someone.
Yeah, he was so jacked.
Like,
Or like the thought that you have in your head that you're a little bit nervous to say to somebody, just say it, because it can change their
it really
their
does.
day.
and don't even tell anybody.
Yeah.
No,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it and go
Yeah.
enjoy it, and
Yeah.
just look back and be like, wow, I could think of like 15,000 things I've done right now that I'm like, I could tell. There's no need. I did it for someone that was really nice.
Yep.
Let's all do that.
Thanks, brother. I'm actually going to take a minute and we're going to reflect on a previous pep talk before the question. And this happened between our last episode and this episode. And this is a very special thank you that I want to give out. I, since our mental health episode, have struggled since then. And I had a really rough day a couple weeks ago. And I found myself in a spiral and I needed to make a phone call. And I made a phone call, and I just could think of one person to call. Like, in my mind, it was just spiraling. And Wyatt was on his way to work, and he sat and talked with me for 45 minutes while my world was spiraling. And the last thing he told me was, find my brownie bite, and tell me what it was. And I felt a lot better afterwards. I felt spiritually cleansed. I felt a lot lighter about life after I hung up the phone. And it was a couple days later, I saw Wyatt, and I looked at him, and just out of the blue, I said, I found my brownie bite. And he goes, what was your brownie bite? And I said, talking to you. So wash somebody's feet, make the phone call if you need to, and be prepared for a phone call from somebody, because you never know who's going to be needing some help. So love the people around you, and if that's spirituality, if that's religion, if that's love, then please do it. And just be good humans to each other. This week's BS is, I'm kind of choked up right now. Hold on one second. Thank you for that little intermittent break. Sorry, almost lost it there. But this week's BS is going to actually be brought to you by Aaron. So it's going to be get your AS and BS.
Associates.
We're gonna get associates in it.
So,
Aaron
I'm
has a
just gonna
question
crouch
for
next
us.
to you guys.
Okay.
So this is actually from my wife, Danny. She had a question, and she wanted to make a whole chart about this, but it's about bathroom etiquette. And if you go to a retail, or any business, or like a restaurant, not really a restaurant, I don't think those count, but if you destroy a bathroom, you have a code brown, that's bad.
Peel the paint.
What is the etiquette on, do you have to buy something? Do you just run away? Or what's the etiquette? And or do you feel obligated to buy something if you've used the bathroom and you did something bad in there?
We will find out next time.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole. We'll see you next time. Thank you. We love you.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
coming, David.
Be good humans. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks,
Thanks
Dave.
for having me. This is
Love you
Davey
guys.
boy.
Be good humans.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Let's go down, down, down the hole. Follow me and then you'll see. Grab a lock, pull up